Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 106 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of September 22nd, 2018. I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, I have my engineer, Jacob Durbin, and my fireman, TJ Secosio and Jared Cole. With us are brakeman, returning after, it has to have been over a year since you were last on. Returning as our brakeman is 2-Track.
Good day.
Hailing from the other side of the globe. What time is it for you, by the way?
7:53 a.m.
Jesus.
So I just
You're literally 12 hours from me. Exactly 12 hours.
Early bird.
Yeah, anyway. Before the sun... Well, I don't know. Before the sun sets here... I was going to say before the sun sets here, but it's already done that. The train will terminate at this station.
Alright, we're here in Champion Stadium in Rocket League. Planet unknown.
Planet where everyone is little
blips.
Orange or blue
little
balls,
eggs.
really. With hats and pennants. Anyway.
And little cars that play soccer.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how little the cars are. They might be really big cars. They could be normal size. I wonder if anybody's gone and done the math. I'm sure somebody has. Anyway.
They could be Thanos' car.
Oh my god, someone just said Thanos' car in my lounge.
If the
at
train
the same
hits
time
Thanos' car, the train derails. And this week we had 4 derailments from 4 different railroad companies and no change in the current holder of the mantle. The first one was Canadian Pacific on September 7th, 2018. This was in Coaldale.
Oh, sorry, eh? We derailed again, eh?
This is the 3rd CP train this year, which, as far as derailments go, that's pretty good. Around 6 p.m., when a locomotive and a hopper fell into a ditch. So no big deal. Of course, it was hauling grain because it's Canadian Pacific, and that's all they
Obviously.
do. The second one was...
Hey, they have really nice looking cylindrical hoppers.
They do, but they need to stop putting them on the ground. So, this was the big oof from CSX on September 16th.
My boys CSX back at it again.
They really made a mess.
Back at it again? They never left.
Yeah. So, 6 p.m. today. Man, 6 p.m. is not a good time for trains, I guess. CSX train headed to Hamlet, North Carolina, derailed several rail cars near Gravel Plant Road. And derailed is like Derailed is an understatement. There's an engine sideways, there's an engine on their side, there's a freight car piled up on top of other freight cars. Like, I don't know what happened here, but it was real bad. Possibly carrying hazardous material, it says. Officials believe the heavy rain and flooding may have played a part. Yeah, the other thing that we'll get into is the fact that there was a hurricane. What was that? There was a hurricane, and that caused some issues. Not this one, though. This was the next one. This was the 18th. Train derails in Klamath Falls. Traveling from Vancouver to Barstow, so somehow this is TBA's fault. Was not at 6 p.m., I don't think. So, maybe not. Train was outbound at a speed of 7 miles an hour, and 6 to 10 cars just fell off the track. No, a total of 15 cars. 4 fell onto their side. 3 were carrying lumber, and the tank car was loaded with argon, which, that's not hazardous, really. It's just kind of, like... Argon's expensive, because it's a noble gas.
Also, it was from Vancouver?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's BNSF's fault.
It is BNSF. Anyway. Flooding problem causes train derailment. This is the last one. This was KCS on September 22nd. KCS is back with a vengeance. Like, suddenly they're alive, and they're really... Oh, never mind, that broadcast ended. So I'm going to have to find another camera, but I'll do that in a minute. 11 cars derailed, no hazardous material, and they're encouraging people to stay away from the scene again. this was something they're pretty sure that happened due to flooding. So, I believe there was a picture of it kicking around somewhere. Kevon might have posted it, but I don't have it on hand. So anyway, that's the Class 1 Mantle of Responsibility for this week. Let's talk about what we've done in the past couple of weeks.
So today
I've done it.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Nice.
I got the Reggie's Trains Jeeps that had just came out the other day.
Heard about those.
And
are they nice?
They're really nice. The
How do they
skins,
sound?
they sound like I'm standing next to 1004.
Okay, I might need to get them then.
Dude, they're
I want some
good
good sounding stuff. I need a new graphics card too.
Not you and me. I need other things. I gotta.
The sound I noticed. I don't know. It might be my headphones or something, but it kind of pops. It'll be sound, silence, sound.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It just kind of cuts in and out.
It
might be a Trains thing because
It
that happens all
happens-
the time.
Yeah, that might be a Trains thing.
It happens
with
mostly
whistles for K&L trains too.
Oh yeah, it's bad with the whistles from K&L, but on these specific locomotives, it does it as you're notching up.
Oh, that's when it sounds the best.
I mean, it doesn't skip any of the sound. It just there's a gap in which
Crackles.
between the sounds will play.
Oh.
But they look nice, sound nice, run really nice. The skins, there's really dirty ones, or there's fresh out of the shop, clean ones, and all the variants in between. They're really well done. Props to Reggie's Trains for making stuff better than JR. That's way cheaper. They're like the K&L for diesels.
I may need to look into this, not because I'm going to be able to use any of them, but just kind of because I want some really nice things. I like nice things for trains.
I might have to get them. Quentin Eccentric could use some new Jeeps.
And then, so there was the Jeeps. I've really been thinking about building, or just getting back into route building, because I have routes that I need to build.
Yeah, you have routes that you need to build so that I can run on them.
Yeah, I know.
But
saw the super late Amtrak 5. It was 8 hours late.
Ouch, what happened?
Amtrak happened.
Yeah, but 8 hours late doesn't just happen. 8 hours late is there was a derailment or, something like that, usually. Or a landslide.
I really don't know, but the cross-country trains last week had it bad. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Every train everywhere was at least 3 hours late.
I mean, it's been a really rough couple of weeks for weather. There have been a lot of storms, so a lot of washouts, a lot of landslides, that sort of thing. The kind of things that get in the way.
But, so I'm sitting there trackside, and I see the signal behind me turn yellow, and I'm like, oh, hey, something might be coming out of the yard. And it can't be Amtrak, because Amtrak's in Colfax, which is 30 miles that way. And so I'm sitting there, nothing's coming. And then it turns green, and I'm like, what the hell? Amtrak's not even in Rockland.
Oh, but they're coming.
Oh, but no, they were coming because they found out they didn't stop in Auburn, but they stop in Rockland, Roseville, and then came bomb by at 85.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
I drove an Acela today at the Providence Northern because we had somebody in and they were looking around the layout, kid, and they were like, I was like, oh, is there anything particular you want to see run? And they were like, I want to see the Acela run. I was like, all right, cool. And I took the Acela out and I drove it all the way around the layout for them, and I put it back where it started. That's really, I think that might be the only time I've actually driven the Acela on the Providence Northern.
The Bachmann Acela?
Yeah.
I
Did
thought
you have
you
a
meant
Leadfoot?
the actual Acela.
No.
For a
I
second
thought
there.
so.
Yeah. No,
Because-
I'm like, whoa.
I would have loved to get my hands on the real Acela. Don't get me wrong, but that's a little bit above my
Pay
clearance
grade.
level. Yeah. Pay
Yeah,
grade.
you probably would have been driving a goddamn bullet if it was the real Acela.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
had the
I see them
opportunity.
on
I had
the-
the opportunity to take the Acela and I might in the future, but there's a work event at the end of next month in New York City, and I had to go and I had to do the paperwork to get, to get travel paid for by the company because it's a company event, and I was this close to saying, "Can you put me on the Acela?" But I was like, yeah, I don't. It's like twice as much money for that. I know it's not my money, but it's somebody's money. I'm not gonna just waste an extra 40 or extra $80, I guess, for no good reason.
Yeah, Acela tickets are expensive.
Northeast Corridor tickets in general are expensive. It's not just the Acela.
Yeah, I mean, I even got some. I got some really cheap tickets, relatively speaking, for my trip out there.
You want to talk about cheap tickets? Ellis, we could have gone to San Francisco on the Capital Corridor for $12 a pop.
Really? Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the frickin' the weekend pass for MBTA is $10, and you can ride unlimited times all weekend. But that's different. But yeah.
Also, not San Francisco. We would be across the bay from it.
Close enough. We can swim.
Close enough. We can swim.
See, we should have, no. At least you guys have public transportation.
Yeah, you're still in Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you still not have any rail around you, Jader?
Well, I mean, I do. There's the Canal River Railroad short line. They run,
Raid reverse?
No, they run, I think, twice a day, one each way, their normal freight train. Mm-hmm. And then they have coal trains, but those are a crapshoot. I heard one at 8 in the morning on a Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's what it was.
I want to go in Railfan, Providence and Worcester for real. I've been lucky and caught a freight going over the bridge in Apponaug during the day, and it was 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, and I started to follow it, but I had my dad in the car, so I didn't continue following it.
You should have continued.
I would have loved to. I want to go and see them do some yard ops and stuff like that. I went by Providence Yard the other day, and every single track was filled. And I went, what the heck is going on? It was hoppers, boxcars, auto racks, just everything. I was like, geez, this is a big week for them. And then, a few days later I went by, empty. Everything's gone. So, yeah. It was a huge fluctuation. I wish I could catch them. I did go... Where did I go? I didn't see any trains. I did go out to Troy, though, last weekend. And then I sort of came back the long way. But yeah, I didn't see any trains doing that. I got a different view of the yard in Worcester, a different one than I normally do. But nothing really special.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
I'm gonna write a question on the Terminus docs. So just write your answers.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Why, is this something we can't say on air? What are you writing?
I'm concerned.
Yeah, concern. Where are you writing?
Very bottom.
Okay. End of the line.
Sure.
Go for it.
Sure.
Yes.
You could have said that out loud, Anyway, so yeah, what has everyone else been doing? Again, my thing's kind of boring, except I went to the Providence Northern and I spent 4 hours there today. I only spent 1 or 2 hours of it running because as it goes, I just sat in the crew room with everybody else and talked politics and whatever, because that's how things go. Rip. And then we started getting visitors, so I started running things, and I realized, so we have the branch line, and the branch line, there's a little engine house down there that you can fit one engine in, and regularly there are about 4 engines down there, and so I realized that it was...
Is Lee one of them?
No! And I realized that it was becoming a problem, so I lashed 2 of the engines together, consisted them, and then took a long train out with them.
Fun.
So now there are 3 engines down there, and one of them is Lee.
I still need to get out to the PM.
Yes, you do. You need to come out here.
I know. Hey, if I get my shit together next summer.
Even I need to go out there, Jader.
Yes.
I feel you.
You do, TJ. I was explaining to people TJ's away in college. TJ's away at college, and they're like, "Oh, that's where he is."
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and they'll be like, "I thought you were dead." I'm like, "No, I'm here.
Well, no, I mean,
we
I
deal with
was
100%
learning.
retirees. You're gonna come back and be like, you guys are still alive.
That's true. They were like, we thought you were dead. I'm like, I thought you were dead.
Also, Don
Oh,
Don
God.
Evans showed up like halfway through the day, and I
No.
talked to him for the rest of it.
I figured he was doing most of the talking.
Yep, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm always
No,
torn
I-
because yes, he talks your ear off, but it's usually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's never like boring. It's just like, okay, Don.
So, like, I need to go home.
Don, I have stuff to do. Don, hello.
Although I felt bad because he was just sitting because he's old, and I was
Yeah.
running a train, so I'd be talking to him like mid-conversation after like go around the corner, and so then I'd just wait, and eventually he'd get up and come and find another seat. I was like, and then I'd have to go around the next corner. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I keep leaving you. We're trying to have a conversation. You're trying to tell me these things, and I keep walking away. I don't mean it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you. It's like, you're a jerk.
You're a chum.
You're
Yeah.
chum.
I was chum. And then I worked on Tolbrand. I spent 2 hours in the swamp. A full 2 hours.
You're working over by Brigicus Maximus now? huh?
Yes. Because Chris asked me to spend an entire episode in the swamp, so I did.
Did you come out? No.
Are you trying to drain it?
Yeah.
When you closed trains at the end of that, were you Shrek?
Yes. When I closed trains,
Dude, that's what you
like,
should do. You should
my
put,
keyboard was moist.
You should put a hut out there in the middle of the swamp.
Shrek's
Yes.
hut. If anybody says that in the comments, I will find a hut and I will put it in the swamp.
All right, I'm gonna go write a comment.
Okay. Well, anyway, somebody else talk because that's like everything that I have.
I have been working a lot. Well, wait. This is not the virtual section. I'll say.
I mean,
that.
no, this is anything
Oh,
that
this
you
is?
personally have done.
Okay. Well, I have been working on my It's not really a route still. It doesn't go anywhere
It's an area.
yet. It's an area. It's It's more than a scene, but it's less than a route.
It's a module.
It's a module. Sure, very big module, but it's a module.
Yeah. You need to send it to other people, and they can attach it to their routes.
Well,
That's what
I'm
we all
gonna,
need to do.
Once I finish this area, I'm gonna build like an actual line. But I'm determining, forcing myself to complete this area before I move.
Yeah, good. Do that.
Yeah. So it's looking.
I need to
really
learn how to
good.
do that.
Yeah.
I have. I just built today and yesterday. I built a abandoned sawmill area next to the creek. So
Too
there
spooky.
are abandoned abandoned tank cars that were for water, supposedly with a bunch of bogies next to it. Abandoned track, and then recently abandoned track, an old water tower, stumps that are covered over by grass, stuff like that.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I just before we started it, I just finished it. Adding more trees, grass, all the whole 9 yards. I'm trying to figure out if I want to put 3D grass on the other side of the river where the tracks aren't.
Mm-hmm. The answer is
Maybe
yes.
just put a little bit, maybe.
I mean, I did everywhere else, so I think for the sake of continuity, I will.
Yeah, do it. Do it. That's what you must do.
It looks good if I do, so I'm just gonna do it. I added a motel. There's a little motel there, a newer motel there now. There's a creamery, and a creamery, dairy, fertilizer place, all in one. It's a little complex that's served by the railroad. I added a block of.
Oh,
Rip.
F.
TJ.
I'm back.
TJ.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
you're good. You're good.
Happened.
I don't know. It was just added a block. It was he's dead.
I added a school, a block of suburban houses, a park
Roll
with
credits.
a soccer, a soccer field with those two kids that kick a soccer ball back and forth. The only thing on the
Really?
field.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
A farm stand, billboard. Just stuff that makes it look a little livelier. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to describe what I've been working on. I added a hill.
It looks good.
Yay!
Yeah, I added a hill.
It looks good.
It's a rolling hill. Yeah. I'll send pictures. Here, let me get... I have a couple screenshots of the sawmill area that I can send.
From what I remember, you have like that bridge that goes over the railroad, then a road, and then it goes to like a grain place.
Oh yeah. You have a cool thing.
You did the freaking double bridge.
The flyover? Yeah, I did that.
Piss.
Oh god.
Beep. Okay.
Alright, what happened? Somebody probably set off the fire alarm. If I know anything about college dorms, it's that somebody set off the fire alarm by being an idiot.
No, that's not me.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
But yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I want to talk about my.
I sent a picture though.
Oh wait. Okay. I want to see that. It looks so good.
I'm taking a friggin' picture in driver so we don't have a million spline points cluttering up the view.
Holy crap! That's a lot of stumps.
That's a lot of stumps.
Now that's a lot of damage.
I like how you got the end of the line 04, the engine down at the end there. No.
What the fuck is that? What is that? The little engine thing.
Sorry about the fire alarm.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah.
God damn it.
TJ, what is this little engine thing here?
It's a rusted engine thingy. It's a again, it's called end of the line 04.
I need it.
I'm pretty sure it's in by default.
End of the line?
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay. Cool.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Anyway. So, Jada, what did you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about my pre-college foam trips.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so the week before I started school, me and other Jacob, we decided to go on a sort of a rail fanning trip for pretty much the whole day.
Woohoo.
I'll send pictures. We went to...
Foam Venture.
Yeah, Foam Venture. We went to Marion, Fostoria, and Bellevue.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, it was fun because I don't go rail fanning too much, and I haven't been to before then. I never been to Marion, and I haven't been to Bellevue in probably 3 years. So it was good. It was good. Saw a lot of good shit. Met a couple good people.
What was the highlight?
Existence.
That's not the highlight.
Let's see.
Never the highlight.
Probably.
Dude, it's
probably
my highlight right now. I'm so happy with everything.
Okay.
Probably the highlight for me was because it was a Thursday, so all the locals and shit are out running around.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them still use Jeeps and SD40s, which I love.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Short line Maximus.
Well, no, this is like CSX and NS.
Oh.
Let's see. Damn it, I don't have a picture of the other CSX local, but there were two.
So you mean they use SD40s in non-yard service?
Yeah.
UP doesn't do that. I think even BNSF does that.
Holy shit, man! That is a good picture. That is really good quality.
Thanks.
I like that. I like the lensing that's going on. I'm going to show the audience. Let me pull this up to show the audience.
And they're in reverse.
Oh,
well,
they're
actually,
going long forward.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually it's long forward.
I will confess I was foaming a little bit when this guy came through because it's a non-turbo Jeep, so it sounded even better. And he came up to the signals just south of the Diamond to, I guess get authority through there or whatever, and then he just ramped it up to come through.
I want to go and see the Housatonic Railroad. I don't know when they run. They run like never. Anyone that's been paying attention to under construction lately has just heard me go on and on and on about the Housatonic, which is my writing project.
Can we go to the Hoosick Tunnel?
I won't. Does the Housatonic go to the Hoosick Tunnel?
No, can we go to the Hoosick?
Oh yeah, if you come out, absolutely. Ojili's said to me, "Hey, can we?" Ojili's asked me the same thing because he's planning on coming out like sometime next year, like a year from now or so, I think.
I should be there for that.
Yeah, come here, and Jader, you come too.
Let's do it.
And
Wait, hang
he was
on.
like, "Can we go to the Hoosick Tunnel?" I was like,
when?
"Absolutely." And be on it. Like, I don't know. Ask Ojili's. I forget.
SD60 Triclops.
But yeah, he was like, "Can we go to the Hoosick Tunnel?" I'd be like, "Absolutely, we can go to the Hoosick Tunnel. It's on the list."
I know a friend who are rail fans who use the Tonic, and all it has, I swear to God, is GP35Ms and GP7Us.
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
they don't have much. They are such a small, sad little railroad.
That's almost like the. Is it almost like the Sierra Northern, where they literally serve one town with 3 engines, and they connect to the port of Sacramento, which is serviced by UP.
I mean, they're a weird little bridge line because they go up the bank of the Hudson River, or well, sort of. They sort of parallel it, but they're in the mountains instead of along the river. So they run from like the area where the Poughkeepsie Bridge used to cross out into Connecticut in Danbury, and then they go north to where they meet the CSX line. So they don't do a whole lot of bridging, but their main thing is they get traffic from the CSX lines into Connecticut, like deeper into Connecticut, and so they don't have a lot. They admittedly don't have a whole lot to do.
Look at the 44-tonner!
Which is why they've sold off, like, their railroad. Like, they just run on the tracks now. They don't own them. The MBTA owns them because there's a plan to put commuter service on them eventually.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Meanwhile, in Ohio, what is commuter
Wait
rail?
a second.
What?
Is that a 44-tonner?
Where?
That in the chat, the white.
The half-painted thing?
Yeah, the white thing with the red stripe.
Oh, it's the blue thing.
No, it's white.
No.
Oh my god, is that...
Look.
Seriously? It's the same one?
Yes.
Okay, on one side it is blue, for the viewers,
and on the other side it's
and
white.
on the other side it
what
is
the
white.
hell?
I don't know.
But it has connecting rods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
some
a
of them
45.
have that.
Yeah.
I thought that was only a British thing.
No.
Oh.
In fact, the one that I got slowly run down by out in Newport had connecting rods. Yeah.
It also has an A200.
Yeah.
Hey, it probably sounds better than the horn we usually have on Roger.
It's Roger.
It's the 65 tonner at ORM.
Oh, okay.
It's half Air Force, half the France Stone Company.
Yeah, I don't know, but
On Earth, isn't it? In the IHR verse, that thing is like, kill me!
It's like, I don't know who I am.
No, it's
I'm
like,
too-
no, dude, it's fucking
It's
Golem.
Two-Face.
It's Golem.
Oh, it's Gollum and Smeagol?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Let's see.
Precious.
See,
Takes
yeah, we went
Boxcar,
to
my precious.
we went to the museum in Bellevue. That was fun. Haven't been there in like 3 years. And then went to the Railfan Park that's just outside of the museum. And
That is
right
one
in
hell
the
of a snowplow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But let's see, the rail park is right in the middle of the it's right in the middle of the junction where I think it's a Y, and then there's some other shit further down. And then you have the NS Bellevue Yard in one direction, so it was pretty much nonstop.
Is there a camera there?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think there is.
Oh, okay,
If not,
maybe
there
I'm
should be.
thinking of a different place because I was gonna say if you were at a place with a camera, you should have friggin' said something because I would have pulled up the camera so you could wave at us.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That's actually a
let's
really
see.
funny, cute meme.
Nice me.
Let's see.
It's
And
pretty
I'll go to-
adorable.
Let's see. I'll cover Fostoria real quick. But the 6807 and the one picture I sent, it followed us there, and we were both really surprised because there's a connecting track from the NS yard over to the CSX, and we just look over in there and there's an engine sitting over there. I'm like, and we're both like, wait a minute. Didn't we see that?
Didn't
like,
we see
3
this
hours?
engine? This is the
Yeah,
6807.
didn't we see this like 3 hours ago? And we're like, yeah, it followed us here.
It's watching you. It's your FBI engine.
Maybe that's what the extra window's for. That's where the FBI guy sits.
All right. Well, anything else that we've all done in the past couple of weeks? 2-Track, you didn't talk about stuff too much, but maybe you didn't get up to much.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, I didn't really get up to much. Let's see. What day is it today?
It is Saturday.
Saturday.
Well, for us it's Saturday.
Sunday for me. But last Sunday I went to the Hoffman Valley Railway. It wasn't more of an excursion, but it was kind of an excursion. It was for the Dwelling Up Festival, and what I basically did was just run up and down the line, chasing the train back up and down for my YouTube channel. So that was quite interesting.
You can plug your YouTube channel if you want. I can put it in the cargoes later.
Alright, cool. What else? Haven't been rail fanning lately.
I haven't either.
But we're planning on doing that today.
Oh yeah, you still have a whole day ahead of you. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's planning to do that today because it's 7 in the morning, or it's 8 in the morning now, 8:30.
What happens tomorrow?
Yeah, what? Please tell us the future. Who won the football game? Let me bet.
West Coast
Did the
Eagles.
brown streak continue?
I don't know because I don't know about American football.
That's fine, and we don't blame you even a little. The big news is the Cleveland Browns, who have been completely winless since 2016, won a game a couple
Did
days
you see the
ago.
thing with the Bud Light cooler?
Yeah.
Brown streak.
But
Anyway.
I think I do know who won in Australian football. That might have been West Coast Eagles against Collingwood. Correct me
Okay.
if I'm wrong on that. But
I'll be sure to put the money on that, so when it happens, when it happens for us on this side of the world.
Other than that, I am working on a project called Trains of Western Australia. This series focuses on Trains of Western Australia, and it focuses on literally every single one of them. The first episode I'm working on now is the JT42C, otherwise known as the S-Class, and it is based off of Amtrak Guide 365's Engines of Amtrak. So that will be quite an interesting...
Sounds really cool. See, I don't know much about Australian railways except they're possibly one of the closest things in the rest of the world to American railways in their size and their loading gauge and like their,
I mean,
the way they
it's
run.
different. It's different because it's both American and British, and it's a combination of the two, and it's
pretty
something.
cool.
Yeah, it's something to talk about, and I've never been in depth about my own state's railways and locomotives, so this will be quite interesting for not only me, but I think you guys as well.
Awesome.
I don't know why I've always been drawn to Australian stuff.
Because it's cool. Because it's a kind of,
It's interesting, my dude. It's like the Finnish in World War II. They didn't use their own tanks, but they captured shit from the Russians.
Mm-hmm. It's this weird amalgamation of the other superpowers of railroading because of the sort of heritage of Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, that's that. Then we can move on. TBA, are you ready?
Locomotive versus.
Oh shit! I didn't talk about my second film trip.
Too late. Too late, Jader. You failed.
Well, I put pictures if you guys want to look.
Fishing mailed.
It's time.
Anyway,
for the
let's
heavy
post some
metal.
pictures of what we're doing today. 2-Track, you're on one side of it. You have the New South Wales C38,
Aussie.
and I have
Wait.
the thing that it ripped off, which is the New Haven I-5.
Oh, fuck you.
Can I just wait a minute? Can I say something first?
What?
If the I-5 blows this thing out of the water, can we do the what is
The
this?
Blue
The
Goose versus
C30?
the I-5? Or
Well, no. Can we do this C38 versus 578?
oh,
They're
what
both
was
specifics.
578? What was 578?
The NW Pacific.
Oh, okay. I think you're going to say the Royal... Oh, if the I-5 blows this out of the water. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe.
Hold on.
I mean, keep that in mind for next time 2-track is on. Whenever that may be. So let me get a picture.
5 years from now.
Yeah. In the year 2525. Alright, so this is... Where did it go? It just got... Oh, it got pasted. It's only a little link. This is the New Haven I-5, so let me get this picture. And if you can post a picture of the C-38 so that I can pull it up for the viewers, that'd be most appreciated.
Post the black and red one.
Yep. Hold on.
I like
give
how
me
they
a minute.
named the signal bridge.
Please.
Signal bridge number 6.
Here we go.
This was probably just outside of Boston.
Oh, my hands on that one.
See, the New Haven did New Havenisms, which is they electrified exactly half of their railroad. That's not a picture.
Oh shit! Is that black?
Yeah, just post a link to like a picture on Google Images or something. And
No, it's not black. It's NSFW.
Okay.
It's not the 611. so it's fine.
That also
Is it
doesn't seem to be working. No.
Oh fuck!
What have you
hold on.
done?
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to.
Hold on, let me see if I can grab one. Let me see if I can grab one.
Alright.
Just Google NSW C-38 locomotive.
Yes. Here's a 7.5 inch gauge one.
Let's use the stats of that one.
How many horsepower?
I'm trying to find a picture of the alternate color of them, but I can't
effort.
get my hands on it.
1,200.
Oh well, it's just gonna be the one that everybody knows. It's extra green.
I want to see a whole bunch of live steam engines pull like a standard gauge boxcar.
Yes.
Do it. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Like, you know how many people, like, you see all the time,
God dang it, that isn't a picture.
RC cars pulling a big car?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I want to see that, but with trains. Holy crap.
Let's do it.
Ah, Buzz.
Well, the only thing is, like,
That-
the gap's a little
that
bit
was
higher.
Alright, here's your 3801. I hope I don't trounce it. I'm realizing that the I-5 is a Hudson and this is a Pacific. So I might murder it, and if I do, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yes, you-
I apologize for your
Oh,
death.
okay. That's how it's gonna be. Alright, well, you guys get to pick who goes first.
I want 2-track to go first.
Alright.
Alright, let's go
Alright,
first.
So, are you on the steam locomotive page?
Uh.
Alright, so go to where it says over here, NSW
Yeah.
38, and then go into there, and it should have all the stats for it. And you can only look at yours, you can't look at mine, but you can look up as many pictures of mine as you want. Just to get a feel for what's going on with it. We don't have Weibold or Chris, so we won't have insane amounts of style points.
And you can't give it a style point for looking like the way it does.
They look the
I
same.
can try.
You can try. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to ask me one of the statistics that's on here, like, number in class, or, driver wheelbase, or something like that, and then I'll reply with mine, and then you give yours, and we'll see who wins.
Okay.
I have a question.
Do we have a better image of the I-5? I want to see if I can notice anything.
Okay, you can look it up. There are plenty of pictures of
Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm on a computer myself.
it. What's a computer?
I-5 locomotive.
Alright, you're up first then, 2-track. You asked me one of these statistics.
Alright, let's go with. Alright, yeah, let's go with something simple here. Let's see, boiler pressure of 245 psi or 16.90 kPa.
Boiler pressure of 285 psi.
Ooh.
I hope that doesn't set the stage. All right, well let's just see. Let's see if this is how it's gonna be. What's your tractive effort?
Tractive effort,
In pounds.
36,000 pounds.
43,968 pounds. Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't have gone with the I-5.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, you might win in weight. If it's a smaller engine, it might get some weight points later on. But I'm not gonna let you get to those statistics if I can help it.
Wait, so
what's your firebox area?
The I-5's just trouncing right now, isn't it?
What's your firebox area?
251.58.
Oh boy, this is gonna be real bad for you.
Dude, it has such a big
480 square feet.
Oh my god.
I apologize.
Have a taste of America, dude.
We heard there was
I normally
oil
kept
in
these things in
Australia.
reserve because we had a while ago, we had the Royal Hudson that was going through and it was killing all the other Hudsons. We didn't get to use the I-5, I don't think.
I think we did.
You think so? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Somebody get open the spreadsheet while I continue killing. Great area.
47.
77.
Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Okay. Yeah, I'm serious. I apologize for this.
Show.
Did you have a Bell Pair firebox?
Right? Didn't we mention firebox area?
Yeah. Wait. We did firebox area and great area just now. But do you have a Bell Pair firebox? I'm noticing those corners.
It looks like it.
I don't know.
Points for standards?
I know we have Walshut's valve gear.
Well, I think we both have Walshut's
I
valve
think
gear.
that.
Yeah, we both have.
Yeah, I
Walshut's
think
valve
that's a Bell Pair.
That's a Bell Pair square, dude.
Standards.
Well, anyway, we'll come back to that later. Evaporative
Dude, it's like
heating.
the same engine.
Evaporative heating surface.
I'm looking at it. It even has the little streamlining vents on the top. Both of them do.
Again, it's a ripoff.
It's like the same engine.
All right, what's your evaporative heating surface?
I don't want to mention it now. I really don't.
Let's just get it over.
I got a bigger evaporative heating surface than you.
Well, listen, I'm just trying to get it. Let's just as quickly as painlessly as possible. Let's just get through it. Let's just it's like getting a prostate exam. Just bend over. It'll be all over soon.
I thought this was a family show.
No isn't an answer.
Alright, evaporative heating surface, 2,613.
3815.
Good lord.
All right, here's what. I'll skip the murdering and move right to when were you built, because I'm curious about this. So year built.
Built 1943.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy crap.
Rip off. 1937. All right, you have the ball back. You can put on things that you think you'll win. If you're curious about a specific statistic, like what will do better, you can ask first.
Okay,
is higher better or lower better or whatever.
What was the number built?
Number built 10.
30.
Jesus, you made 30 of these things?
Yeah.
Okay.
38 and 1 and 38 30.
Okay, wow. Continue.
Let's see here. Axle loading or maximum weight per axle.
Alright, yeah, axle load. Do I have axle load? I'm not sure if I have axle load. Oh, I do have axle loading. 64,000 pounds.
50,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is a much smaller engine. You're gonna win with the nibble points.
Kick your ass here.
Oh no. You win. Keep going.
Let's see. Robert Lemasinas?
Robert Lemasinas power computation. Alright, well this is where
11,515.
Yeah, that was a mistake. 21,974.
Two-track.
You should have stayed with the weight
Stay away
stuff.
from power.
Okay, well here's the point where I'm just okay. Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Oh.
Where's that?
It's right below it.
14,048.
26,588.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Make it stop.
Same as above, but substitute firebox area for great area.
75,197.
165,529. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Power L1.
Big.
Big
27,506.
44,800 and whatever.
Fuck.
And then power MT.
1,208.55.
Closer, but 1,538.39. Okay, so it's 10-3. Let's see. How about evaporative heating? No, wait. Actually, I wanted a different one first. What are your cylinders?
Cylinders?
Small.
What is this?
Tiny.
It's geometry-related attractive effort. It's underneath boiler pressure.
So that would be... Oh, we don't have cylinders.
I'm sure you have
What?
cylinders. High-pressure cylinders, no?
Oh, yeah, we do.
I was gonna say, how are you?
You definitely have cylinders,
You
dude.
definitely have cylinders.
If you don't have cylinders, then how do you look
It's a turbine.
It's a
21.5 by 26.
Okay, well, I was kind of hoping that you would have bigger cylinders, just to give you something. 22 by 30. Okay, so let's just write down another point. Oh, here's one. Factor of adhesion.
14... No, 40... What the fuck am I saying? 4... Oh, you were going, oh.
Yeah. 14.
For a second there. 4.15.
Yeah, see, closer to 4 is better, so 14 would have been really something.
That would be
4.39,
worse
so
than the Q2.
you win that. Closer to 4 is better. 4 is the perfect adhesion.
4.0.
Yeah. So you got 4.15, I got 4.39. You're closer, you win. Continue. Tread lightly.
2-track. Weight stuff. Weight. You're light. You're small.
Wait. Yeah, of course we're small.
Small
No
is
shit,
better.
Sherlock. Driver wheelbase 12.17.
Driver wheelbase 14, so I'm longer. Oh, that's the one I didn't get to ask. Alright, so you win, because you're smaller, more nimble.
Engine wheelbase 33.25 feet.
40 feet. 40.08. Jesus.
Ooh.
Long.
Small boy. Continue.
Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine
You know, this is a toss-up. Mine is 0.35.
0.37.
Oh, that's close. You win, though. Damn it.
Ooh. Overall wheelbase, engine and tender, 65.59 feet.
I'm 20 feet longer. 84.83 feet.
Yeah, you have a big tender.
Have we done driver diameter?
The engine was designed to go from New Haven to Boston without refueling, so, yeah.
Wait, yeah.
And-
have we done driver diameter?
We haven't.
Ours weren't built streamlined. Ours was like a late conversion to
Weird.
streamlined.
Interesting. Why? Do you know why they did that? Just because?
Yeah, just because.
Okay. Anyway, continue.
So where are we now? Axle loading.
We did that.
Weight on drivers.
193,000 pounds.
Okay. 150,000.
Jesus. I'm getting killed. I should have never let my guard down. I shouldn't have given it back to you. I didn't have enough statistics. Alright, keep going.
Tender loaded weight.
Oh god. Mine is 332,000 pounds.
199,000 pounds.
Goodness. Are you guys coal?
Sometimes, yeah, during the winter.
Okay. Wait, what?
What? Huh?
Coal. C-O-A-L.
Wait a minute.
Coal.
Wait.
Fired.
Cold.
Total engine and tender weight, 450,000 pounds.
Are you
Total
oil fired,
engine-
2-track? Is your engine to oil fired?
No, we're coal-fired.
Okay.
Okay, that was the question.
Well, I'm pretty sure we are coal-fired.
Okay. Well, we can ask about that in a minute. But total engine and tender weight, 697,300 pounds.
You guys
Well,
are heavy
we're tied
as
up.
fuck.
It's all those Big Macs.
Anyway, okay, so you can keep asking questions, or Jader, you had a question.
Yeah. What is your local base ID, both of you?
Oh, guys.
Like,
I have a
I
really
love
good
how-
one. I have a really
I
good
love how
one.
this is a valid point now.
My loco base ID is 187.
2413.
Yes, I win. All right,
I have a question.
You get to keep asking the questions, 2-Track, because that was not a question that you asked. Like, it's a question from the outside, but I get the point.
All right.
So, wait.
Um,
TBA is a question.
What is your driver's diameter?
Oh, man. Extra big.
Right. Driver diameter.
Load size large.
69. 69
80.
inches.
Give me the
Who
speed.
would win this one?
Larger driver diameter. Larger driver diameter is always better because there's no other stat directly relating to speed.
True.
Smaller
Okay.
helps with tractive effort, but we have a tractive effort statistic. Anyway, 2-Track, keep going.
Let's see here.
We've reached the point where we can go to
Minimum-
style points, but continue.
Minimum weight of rail.
107 pounds.
Oh my god.
Heavy as... No. What? Jeez. Wait, is that heavy?
Yeah,
That's hella. That's
pretty
fucking
heavy.
Yeah,
That's the heavy as shit.
that's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's mainline
That's
rail.
heavy as... Dude, if you got an I-5 on Australian rails, I'm pretty sure you'd break them in an instant.
What are rails?
Yeah, what a
Like,
rail.
as soon as the crane drops on the rail, it goes...
I mean, I'm sure you guys use more than 90 pound now.
Have you seen the Iron Horseman Chronicles?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now, not then.
Anyway, so what's your minimum weight of rail?
Cole, I broke the track.
84 pounds.
Really? That's way lighter than I
84?
expected. Like 90 something. Holy
That's
cow!
hella light.
Wow.
That's light.
Light-footed
Little
little
light.
engine, bastard.
I am
Alright,
impressed.
alright. You can keep asking questions, or we can go to style points. We're at 12 to 13. I'm up by 1, so you can try for
let-
another question if you want.
let- No. Let's go to style points, because I'm pretty sure I've ran out at this point.
Okay, you want to try style points? Anybody else have any questions before we move away from statistics?
I think we're good.
Alright, well, style points. We can't give a style point for the streamlining because they're both
They-
streamlined the
yeah.
same way. But, where are your marker lights, dude?
Marker lights, they're like right on the front.
Are they? Oh, I see them. Okay. I thought for a minute you didn't have any, and I was like, that doesn't seem right.
Does every train everywhere need markers?
Most places need markers.
Yeah, most places we do.
I never
I know Western
realized-
Australia is a
I gotta be
requirement.
honest. I thought that was only a United States thing.
No, there are marker lights. Marker lights are really common. Although in England and stuff, at least in the steam era, it was, well, you have one lamp or you have flags. You know, and the lamp being in different locations meant different things. But anyway, okay, so you do have marker lights. I have a streamlined pilot, though, and a coupler that folds away.
We have buffers.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
And
have
the coupler.
and they have knuckle bufflers.
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 Buffler Wild Wings.
That needs to go. That needs to go on the memes. Knuckle bufflers.
You can take a moment to go and put it there. I'm trying to get a good side-on picture. I'm trying to get a
can't
factory
find
picture
the
of the i5 for TBA because you wanted a better picture.
I
Let's
found
see.
one.
Oh, okay, good.
I think both of you guys have power reverse.
Yeah.
What about
It
head end
looks-
throttles?
I don't. Oh, I have a head-end throttle. I do. I can see the linkage on the picture.
Oh,
You have one 2-track.
I can see
I
his
don't
linkage.
know.
He does. He does.
It looks like it.
Yeah, I can see the linkage for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's moot.
I think the
Remember,
green
they
thing-
drive on the other side.
Yeah. I'm looking at the picture you sent where it's on the
I'm looking at the
engine lift side.
i5's picture, and those two trailing trucks.
No, it's
Oh no, they're two wheels. Sorry, not two.
yeah,
trailing
it's a
trucks.
Hudson. That's the thing. That's why I realized like, oh, this is gonna be real bad when I made this matchup. Admittedly, I could have gone for like an i4 or something, but I really wanted to see how the i5 stood up against the thing that looks a lot like an i5.
The green
Should've
thing
done
has
that.
better sand distribution.
Does it? Oh, son of a gun.
We have one.
Because I'm looking at it, the i5, I'm only seeing it goes to the center driver, whereas the green thing, it goes to the front driver and the rear driver.
Okay, hold on. Quickly going back to statistics for a bit. What's your wheel configuration?
It's a 464. It's a Hudson.
Yeah, we're 462.
Yeah, no, I realized that's what I was just trying to say. I realized that when I set the matchup up, I forgot that it was a mismatch of wheel arrangements. But I really wanted to see how how it fared against how these two very similar engines fared.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But and it's pretty close right now because the engine is just so damn small. We did set it up so that a smaller engine could beat out a larger engine if it has the right stuff. So I'll give you the sand capacity point. I want a legitimate style point for the white wall tires that look fantastic.
But can we have a style point though for the liveries that the 38 went in?
The black and red, yes.
The black and red livery is really nice looking.
It is a serious shame that no i5s were saved. I'm gonna be honest. That's one of my biggest peeves with railroads that scrapped all their engines. Is the fact that New Haven got rid of every single one.
Are there any of these C38 running still?
Yep.
There is, and I think 3801's being restored. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Style point.
Or is under refurbishment.
But yeah, there's a style point for running in the modern era and
just
surviving.
muted my mic.
I need Weibel here to save me.
Did we do the style point for him having a bel pair?
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Oh no, you're winning. Guys, help!
No.
Where's Weibel when you need him?
Did somebody say Weibel?
Or Chris, somebody help me. I don't have anything else off the top of my head. I don't think we... Wait a minute. I need to look something up. I might have a style point up my truck.
Do you have a booster?
I might.
It looks like you do.
I'm not sure if I do.
Most Hudsons had a booster.
I mean, most Hudsons did, but I can't find a I can't find a thing about it.
Booster.
I'm not certain that they had that. Wait a minute. I think I just found a little something. In a thing. Hold on. Control F. Booster. The i5 the i5s have bigger cylinders. The J would have been unable to match them without its expensive and heavy trailing truck boost. Okay, so that's... Yeah, the i5 didn't have a booster, I don't think.
Oof!
They were real powerful engines, though. These were engines that they were asked... they went to Baldwin and they said, we need engines that can take a 12-car, 830-ton train up a 0.7% grade at 60 miles an hour without flinching. And they...
I got you, fam.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, here's these gigantic Hudsons. But, oh crap. No, I'm losing, guys. I don't think I'm getting any help for this one.
I don't really know what else to...
There are things that I should have asked in statistics that I missed opportunities on. Now I can't go back.
Do you guys
power computation?
Can we also get a style point for the 3801's running number, like the lettering, like the gold?
Oh, that it's embossed lettering? Yeah, no, that's really cool. I'll give you that.
How it's like in the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Do either of you have roller bearings?
Probably.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure I do. These engines are young enough that I'm pretty sure they do.
What kind of bearings does 3801 have?
It looks like roller bearings at a glance, so I'm pretty sure.
Can't tell. I don't know. I can't tell my bearings.
Gotta get your bearings straight, dude.
Oof.
Wait a sec. What's the? I'm not sure if this would be a style point, but TJOJ, what's this like? Is that a builder's plate on the side of the running board, or is that like a plaque?
That's That's either a plaque or a builder's plate.
I think on the side of the running board is a builder's plate.
It looks like a builder's plate.
Oh yeah, it is a builder's plate. I thought you were talking about the top of the running number.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is a builder's plate.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then it has
above the running number
nameplate.
is like a little crest.
Can 3801 get a style point for being the Newcastle Flyer?
I mean, I'll give it that. I think it deserves that for having a name. But that's,
I don't know.
That's sad face. Rip,
You get
rip high five.
It
Wait,
came
wait,
back.
wait. I'm not gonna wait. Should I ask this? Do you have comfy seats? Are you piped for train line steam?
Oh my god.
I live in Western Australia.
so.
I have never seen the C-38 in real life because that's over in the eastern states. Nor have I ridden in the cab of one, so I really do not know.
I mean, I would assume so since they're
I would
passenger
assume so, but
engines.
this is Australia.
That's right. Yeah. Do you need heat? down
Yeah, do
there?
you have... The question is, would it have steam heat? But I'm not sure you guys would need it.
Well, no, it gets cold there.
Like, during the winter?
I guess.
Well, there.
Nah, just put on a jacket. It's not that
Just put on a
cold. It's
jacket.
still Australia.
Just get a Carhartt.
Does it have
It'll be
armored
fine.
doors to keep out all the things that are trying to kill you in Australia? Doesn't even have an all-weather cab. Get good. Actually, wait. Do I have an all-weather cab? I don't think I do. I just need to.
Get good.
I need to see if I have one. I need to check. No, I
Let's
don't.
see.
I don't
Both
know.
of you have box pock wheels.
Mm-hmm.
The smoke box door on 3801 is interesting. I'm noticing it's not on, like, hinges. I don't know how it's put on there.
I mean, I think it is on hinges. It's just they might be on the other side. That might be difficult to see.
Oh, yeah, no, there it is. I see it,
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can call it there. God damn.
I think.
I mean, I have one
demand
more style
revenge.
point for. I have one
Aussie,
more
Aussie,
style
Aussie.
point for Ellis.
Oi,
I demand
oi, oi.
revenge.
Well, one more point for Ellis. He has. I'm going to
No-
assume he
not-
has two.
not only,
Trek
right?
has one.
Not only, I found this out on this very podcast at this very moment today. Not only are we excellent at shit posting, we are also excellent and elegant and smart and bright and just genius in locomotive design and building.
Great. Well,
I mean,
let me
I mean,
say this
Australia doesn't have a shit ton of
as I hit
barracks.
the conclusion here. I ushered us out of or I didn't ask two very important things that would have at least tied me here. Fuel capacity and water capacity.
I'm just
And
curious.
I didn't get to ask those things. And if I had, this could have gone differently.
Wait a minute.
I'm annoyed.
It looks like. Well, hang on. It looks like two Treks. The 3801 has less water capacity. You know, it's like it's like more than half coal.
It's extra.
It doesn't have a water scoop.
Did you guys
Or did
ever
they have
use
those
water
down there?
scoops?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I never heard of an Australian water scoop.
I remember that in MSTS.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw these blue things in the middle of the track, and like 9-year-old me is like, "What are those?"
Yeah, I was
What
like,
are
what the hell is
those? What
this?
route were they on?
Wait,
So, on this very merry conclusion of Locomotive Versus, I can safely say, suck shit, America.
Hey,
It's
don't
okay,
get a
though.
big head. If I'd been able to ask those things, this could have gone very differently. You get a lot of style points for not a whole lot.
I mean,
Ah.
you're welcome, 2-track. I told you to go with the weight stats.
Yeah, nimble bastard.
Should have brought a K4 with a coast-to-coast tender.
Alright, by the points.
That would be really good to see, though. A K4 versus this.
That could be interesting because the K4s were not that heavy.
Maybe
Alright.
578.
Alright, so let's sort
Build
of.
data would lose though.
This is an upset. Damn. Let's go for the votes. Who do we think, or what do we think?
You know-
Tough one.
I want to vote for the green thing, but you know what just happened here?
What?
Ellis, you threw the football on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I know. I got what's the
Seahawk
word?
syndrome.
Yes, I got cocky. Don't get cocky.
Anyways, yeah, I vote for 3801.
I vote for the I-5 because Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like both these things. I go to America. Vote for 3801.
Damn it.
I Pacific, and I like Pacifics.
You don't get a vote because we were in the competition. We don't get to vote. So it's just between those three. So you did win by the points and the votes. Damn, dude. Nicely done. I guess.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Even though it's my fault.
Suck shit.
Alright, anyway. Let's talk about what's going on in the railroad world these days.
Polar. Lots and lots of polar.
Lots and lots of polar. Do we want to get all the
Everywhere.
polar out of the way? How many polars can we talk about on this show?
Alright, so, Sacramento Railroad Museum is polar. California Western's polar starts next month. Roaring
In
Camp's
October?
polar. Yes, Jader.
Oh my god.
California Railroad Museum's polar starts, next month, too.
Jesus.
So
Polar everywhere.
Polar vortex.
Polar vortex.
Polar.
Alright, who else? So California Railroad Museum, California Western. Who else is starting polar now?
Roaring Camp.
Roaring Camp. Roaring Camp does polar? I mean, I guess.
The Christmas Shay.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas Shay. Oh, Christmas Shay. How...
How could you possibly
low
deliver
can
anyone's
you
gifts
go,
on time?
How lovely are your pistons? I don't know.
Alright. Okay, what else? What else have we got? Christmas trains.
It's too early.
Essex is selling tickets for their North Pole Express.
Damn it.
I believe Strasbourg might be selling their tickets for the Santa special.
Polar is coming, run.
Polar is coming. Polar is coming.
Better watch it. How's it go? See,
Jesus. TJ, you don't have a link to frickin' Strasbourg here
Santa
on your
Claus
links?
is gunning you down.
I think it might be yours, like in your
No,
links.
it's not. I don't have Strasbourg.
Are you sure? I
Yes,
thought
I'm
you
sure.
Well, all right. Maybe I deleted it by accident last week
Okay.
or last time I was on.
Anyway, Strasbourg's doing that too. We'll talk about Strasbourg later. Okay, we got more Christmas trains?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Over
no.
at Brightline in Florida. Shout out to my Florida lads.
Santa Claus is gunning you down.
Speaking of Brightline,
Yeah, well, okay, continue. Continue, 2-track, sorry.
On November the 11th, children and adults alike can live the magic of the Polar Express aboard the Brightline train. Jesus Christ. Leaving from Fort Lauderdale, the 1-hour train reenacts the children's Christmas story, The Polar Express. Yeah, no shit. Fit with scene chefs, a conductor, hobo. Wait, what? Hobo?
You don't remember the hobo from the Polar Express? The hobo's the best character.
A young
for,
boy who
a
isn't
girl.
so sure about Santa Fe and the North Pole. And Brightline.
Did you
Guess
say Santa Fe?
No, I
Excuse
said...
me, what?
I'm pretty sure I said Santa and the North Pole.
I heard Santa Fe.
We need to replay the tape on that one. Somebody
Do
please
you
comment.
know the way? Do you know the way of the Santa Fe?
Somebody please comment if he said Santa Fe or not, because I swear to God I heard Santa Fe. He doesn't know the way of the Santa Fe.
I'm pretty sure I said Santa and the North Pole, but continuing on. Guests get on board with a golden ticket, then are treated to a fully decorated train car, hot chocolate and cookies, musical numbers, a visit from Santa and his helpers, and more. Jesus.
This is pretty
Christ, can we
intense
get a lap
for
dance
a...
and all of this?
I mean, this is like PR, right? They're doing this because they've killed so many people, and they're like, "We're sorry, have some hot chocolate."
Dress code is pajamas, obviously.
Dope. I'll ride that train any day. Don't have to get out of my pajamas. All set.
Tickets are on sale now with varying levels of service,
Oh
including
my
the option to
God.
purchase a table. Wait, what? Oh,
What?
like
Huh?
an actual table? Like
What?
a legitimate furniture
Oh,
table?
no. I assume what they mean is you can get a table on the train. Like, you can have a table to yourself. I
Yeah, that's
assume...
what I was thinking. But at first I read it as furniture table and I went, wait, what? Nah, that can't be right.
Yeah, you get to buy a table to take home with you. You get a new dining room table.
And a new car! Hold on,
The ride is 1 hour with the train travelling on the Bright Line rails from the Fort Lauderdale station. The rides are on weekends and special dates from November the 11th, 2018 to January 3rd, 2019.
It's literally the newest train you could have Polar Express on. Like, seriously.
Oh, and guests are gifted with sleigh bells, stolen
Nice.
from Santa's sleigh.
Literally, just stolen. They shot him down, they took the bells. They're giving them out like hotcakes.
That's Brightline for you.
Yeah, are we gonna... Okay, are we off of the other things? Can we just move on to just Brightline-isms? Because we've got some Brightline
Yeah,
news.
Brightline has had well, people of Florida have had a rough week around Brightline. Some lady drove her car onto the tracks. How? I don't know, because there wasn't even a crossing anywhere near where this happened. Like, what are you doing? Get off your phone.
Florida
Sorry,
woman. There's
Get
a
off your
video
phone.
of it.
There's a video of this. They plowed into her car. This is what was left of the car. It's sending in the chat right now.
She's alive, though, right?
Yeah, she is alive. She got out before the train. She got stuck. Called 911, and the operator was like, "There's a train coming. You got to get out." So she gets out like moments before the train hit her, I guess. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Fortunately, no one was hurt.
There were
Holy
28.
Fuck, that
There were-
was mangled.
There were 28 people on the train, and none of them got hurt either. And then Brightline hit another person.
Also not dead, somehow.
Yeah, also not dead. How
You survived getting hit by a train.
Yeah, how do you survive getting
Because
hit
of
by
the
a
power
train?
of Florida man.
Florida man is
The power of
unstoppable.
shed.
Once again,
Florida
shout out
manism.
to my Florida lads.
I see.
You know, they're the closest thing America has to Australia. Look at all the gators and
Everything in Florida is trying to kill you.
Lizards.
Florida, Madison says Florida is heaven's waiting room.
But I swear to God,
full of
every time I
retirees.
hear about, I swear to God, every time I hear about Brightline, it's either an accident or expansion.
Yeah.
One
Well,
of the two.
and we'll cover both of those things today.
expansion.
Yeah, expansion.
How do
into,
they expand when they're killing people? Well, not
Well,
killing,
because
hitting people.
because they're doing
They
it.
have-
In fact, they got.
well,
We talked about it, I think, last time, but they got permission to build to Orlando. But even better, even more. So you think Brightline. You think, okay, they're in Florida. They have nailed the 20-year-old and younger and the retiree demographic. They've totally, they've got that. It's like, how can we move into other demographics? Well, how about middle-aged drunks who've spent all their money in Las Vegas? Awesome. Brightline is going to be building the intercity passenger rail that will connect Southern California and Las Vegas. They have taken over Express West, which is a high-speed rail
What?
project. Yes. They're going to acquire 38 acres of land near the Las Vegas Strip to build a station and a mixed-use development. And this is the first, their first project outside Florida, the second privately funded express intercity passenger service in the nation. And yeah, wow.
What?
Good luck.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. So Vegas
I
is
get to
finally
ride
getting a train,
Brightline.
and it's a train that's going to kill people. No.
Probably.
Stepping up their game.
Yeah, they're stepping up their game. They're moving cross country. They're
Yep.
bad. They're
First
nationwide.
Florida, tomorrow,
Come to Sacramento, please.
Well, you've got the other stuff for that. You've got the California high-speed rail. This is exclusively the.
Yeah, but that's not being built.
I mean, yeah, but
It's
this isn't
been
being built either
approved.
yet.
See, I'm waiting to see the day where Brightline, like all these high-speed rail startups that have just continually failed, I'm waiting for Brightline to just come in to each one of them, just like, oh, we'll
buy it. We'll buy it.
This is going to be the northwest corridor.
Southwest corridor.
Well, Sacramento north.
Well, again, it's not going to Sacramento.
Now, see, I want to. What was it, the Hyperloop they're trying to build up here?
Yeah.
Hey, if that fails,
Elon Musk, please.
If that fails, hey, Brightline, want to build through some cornfields?
Speaking of
Elon Musk has made cars, rockets, trucks. Why hasn't he made a train yet?
He's built cars that have beat the Acela. So, I found this article from The Drive.
The Acela?
Yeah. So, I found this article from The Drive. Tesla Model 3 versus Amtrak's Acela Express. They both left...
I want to watch this.
I'm not sure it's... Oh, there is a video. I didn't watch the video. I just read the article. So, this guy in a Tesla Model 3 raced the Acela from Penn Station to South Station in Boston. And beat it by like half an hour.
Wow.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Poor Acela.
That sounds like something Top Gear would do.
I know, right? And I mean, the bonus thing is they did it in a Tesla. They did it without recharging. They made it, 220-mile trip on a single charge.
Wow.
And they did it in a quicker time than the Acela can do it.
Did they have like an average speed for the Tesla?
I wish they had written down the average. There might be an average speed for the Acela, for the Tesla in here. I'm not sure.
I would think so.
Probably
so
pretty fast.
That means it got through traffic, right?
Yep. I don't know how he drove there. Though again, they both left. He left New York City at like 6:30 in the morning, so he beat all the rush hour traffic. Like he wasn't in that for New York City, which that's something you don't want to be in. But yeah, no, it's impressive. It's impressive for two reasons. One, that you actually can physically do that if you really try. And two, that the Tesla can do it in a single charge. He talks about driving the river of cars flowing at roughly 80, even getting up to 90. And he talks about the auto steer a little bit, how it wasn't really working out for him, but that was that's fine, whatever. Due to train traffic, the Acela is running 10 to 20 minutes behind schedule. The Amtrak train is approaching the part of its journey with the highest operating speed, the 150 mile per hour VMAX, with a stretch between Providence, Rhode Island, and Route 128. And and he says, I, on the other hand, have nothing to look forward to but the asphalt rat king of Boston. And so, yeah, it's a great read. I read through the whole thing, and I mean, take from what you will. Maybe we definitely need a faster way to get from Boston to New York. Maybe this is something that's unusual, but you can take away what you want from that article. It's just a really cool read.
Take Tesla train.
Tesla train, please. Hyperloop, please. Anyway,
I don't want to ride in a fucking tube.
Tubes. We talked about Southwest Corridor. I just want to bring this up. This is an older article. It's something that I found while I was doing some research for work. And there's a push in Tucson for people to have daily rail service to and from Phoenix. That's like 120 miles on I-10, and it's basically a straight line. The Sunset Limited used to run through Phoenix until Union Pacific abandoned part of the line from Phoenix west, so they had a different route. They have a different routing through Maricopa, which is about 40 miles from Phoenix, so you can catch a shuttle that'll take you to the train station, but it really is kind of it's difficult to sell a service where you get dropped off in Phoenix, but not really in Phoenix. You get dropped off 40 miles away. So yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, and also the train service that they do have, Sunset Limited, only runs 6 times a week, 3 times a week in each direction. So yeah, we need more Sunset Limited, but they definitely have congestion problems on I-10 between the two cities because they're two pretty major population centers. And again, they have a straight line. Phoenix has a station. They really should be doing something with that. And there's a push currently to get commuter service between the two towns. which I think they could manage.
Hey, Brightline.
Yeah, Brightline. Hey, Brightline, you want to go run in this area too? You're already going to the desert. How about more desert?
You want to run through the jungle?
Because then they could just connect, LA to those two, but that's really far.
That's a long way, but
That's really
you can
long.
dream. TBA, get on some of these councils. You can influence that decision. See, I mean, the thing is, with these, you say, pff, but the thing is, that's how the vast majority of people think. They think, well, if I even spent the time to do this, it wouldn't make a difference anyway, so why am I going to bother? And that means there's a lot fewer people you have to basically compete against for talking space, if you actually decide to do it. You can really make a difference in this sort of thing, because if you decide to make the attempt, you are already doing way better than most people. So, go to your community meetings and such. Do these things.
Pokemon, go to your community meetings.
Hey, no.
Point for Pokemon Go.
For Pokemon.
Hey, speaking of busy and more, the WWF has more, and they've been busy with getting more.
It sounds like a bit from like it sounds like a bit from the history of the world video.
Yeah.
They've been busy with getting more.
So yeah, they put up their bridge, which is amazing.
That's a huge deal. We don't have any pictures of that. Is there a thing on the website? Please tell me there's something on the website.
I just linked you something in chat.
Okay, let me see. They put up their bridge. That's a huge deal. Chris literally rang me like I was going to sleep, and he decided to call me up. Like, they put in the bridge, and I was like, this can't wait until tomorrow. Seriously. No. But yeah.
Also, if you look in the comments of the first, maybe second picture, that says something about where you can see the right-of-way continuing on, it's like a straight-on picture of the bridge. In the comments, they posted another picture, and they finished laying the ties across the bridge.
Awesome.
And then there are pictures of the bridge from the side, lowering in crane pads under the bridge downtown. A picture actually from pulling. What is this? Oh, it's pulling things out of a wreck. Actually, I believe, which is interesting. But that's not the right thing. That's not what I was looking for. Oh yeah, that is what I was looking for. Okay. There are. I'm trying to find pictures of this post, not the whole thing. Here it is. There are pictures of the sides of the bridge, under the bridge, also from the current end of right-of-way where there's track looking off towards the bridge.
Bless you!
There's pictures of the right-of-way all the way up to the bridge. You go by Pinch Point where they put in a new culvert and a retaining wall. They found an original pipe from the culvert.
Cool.
Repurposed.
It's time to go back, TJ.
Yeah, it was a repurposed pipe. They found original rail alongside the grade.
Neat.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
How neat is that? Yeah, so big stuff at a little railroad.
Mm-hmm. If you want to hear some other potentially big stuff,
well, I have more progress.
Not so little place. There's a rumor going around that the next engine to be restored at Steamtown National Historic Site is not an engine from the list of those that have been running. After 3713, it's alleged that the next engine to return to service is Blount's alter ego. Is 3377, also known currently as the world's largest 080. The engine that they cannibalized every bit off of to get Blount running. So, news to me was that 3254 previously had been in an accident on the Canadian National and left the engine with a bent frame, which causes it to go through bearings kind of quickly. And so the choice they have basically is either basically dismantle the engine and move everything worthwhile over onto 3377 and run that, which is apparently in okay shape. comparatively, compared to some of the other stuff at Steamtown, and or dismantle 3254 anyway in order to bend the frame back into the right shape and then put it back together. So it's the kind of thing where if they're going to run one of their Canadian National Mikados, it's going to take a huge amount of work either way, and it might just be more worthwhile for them to move all of the functioning parts over to 3377 if the boiler and firebox and frame are sound. So we'll see in the future about what happens when they're done with 3713, which no major updates on that right now, but we do have some other news out of Steamtown.
Oh, God.
So while we were there for Railfest, while Chris and Madison and I were there for Railfest, we were tempted to stick the name Anne in the box for 26, which is a box that was name the engine, and they wanted to give a name to Baldwin 26. Unfortunately for us, you can only put something in the box if you were 6 years old or under.
Oh, heck.
So, and also you had to sign your parents' name on it, so we weren't sure if it would be easier to pass Chris off as our kid, or, like, what, but either way, I don't think it would have worked, because they picked the name Chugga.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, what?
Baldwin 26 is now named Chugga.
Building webs is for Chugga.
For Chugga.
Chugga.
So-
Chugga.
And here we see Baldwin 27.
Here we see
can't even
Chugga.
continue on
Big
with-
Ten.
I can't even continue on with that name.
So,
It's
Go-
too idiotic.
go to Steve. Well, to be fair, it was suggested by a 6-year-old.
I want to read all the other suggestions.
Well, that makes sense.
That's true, Jader. I want to read all the other suggestions as well. I wish I could see what all the other suggestions
Trainee
were.
McTrain face.
I finally got it!
Got what?
I remember a long fucking time ago, I put in, like, a listing that I wanted an emoji on Steam for, like, $5, and I finally got it.
Okay, awesome. Anyway, what else have we got any other stupid names?
Sorry,
Can we
that
move-
was so
can
off
we-
topic.
I know, oh my god, okay, I want to move away from this and talk about some other things.
Alright, do you mind if I...
No,
read a
go
few?
ahead, what's up?
Alright, so my boys over at Watco.
That's why I read
Alright,
Um,
go. Yes.
What?
I
you know-
love Wacko.
What's up with Watco?
Well, Watco is looking to start up 2 old CSX lines in Illinois and Indiana, respectively.
Oh.
Basically, to try and summarize it, the DNE will take over CSX's... Okay, how the hell do you pronounce that? Decatur?
Which
I'm
one?
a Decatur.
Decatur. Decatur.
Yay, Midwest.
Decatur in Illinois, or Eastern Illinois, take over the Decatur subdivision in Illinois.
And the neighboring Danville secondary in Indiana on or around 6th of September, pending regulatory approval, like
That
yada,
should've
yada, yada.
passed. I wonder if there's new news
Watco
about
currently plans to use 6 GP38-2s on the line, spokeswoman Tracy says. Let's call her Tracy.
Tracy, God.
Yeah. The line sale comes as CSX seeks to prune its network of lower density non-core routes. About 8,000 miles of trackage are under review for potential sale or lease. Let's see. CSX says affected employees have the option of staying with the Class 1 railroad. Watco notified unionized workers on the affected lines that have employment opportunities in Decatur and Paris. Watco is seeking 4 conductors, 5 engineers, a locomotive labourer, a track inspector, 2 track labourers, and a 2-track foreman. This is really interesting because Watco operates here in WA, and
Really?
Yeah, it does. So if you ever hear about Watco's Australian division, well, you're talking to the guy who lives in Western Australia, and Watco operates in Western Australia. Keep in mind, they don't. Well, they do operate one Western Australian D class, but the rest they operate New South Wales 422s and 82s. No, not 82s. Yeah, they just operate 422s and New South Wales stuff, as well as WAGR stuff. So that's neat.
Interesting. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, because I knew that Genesee and Wyoming also operates lines in Australia.
They do. They also owned ARG for a short period of time until Horizon snatched that, and Horizon's like, oh god, yeah, we don't talk about Horizon.
Well, anyway, if we're talking about CSX donated a locomotive to the Southeastern Railway Museum, which is in Georgia, I think.
Duluth to Georgia.
So it is a SD45-2 engine, and it's, apparently very rare. One of only 136 SD45-2s. I don't know how many are left, but it might. Oh, it's the first example to be preserved, so that's really interesting. I'm not really a diesel guy, but it's. It's interesting to see CSX, or it's nice to see CSX donating things. We talked about, I think I talked about them donating buildings a little while ago, because they were getting rid of a lot of their, random outbuildings. They had a bunch of stations that they just kept on record for years and years and years.
Oh, God.
I learned that, so the Mashasik Valley Railroad was, at one point, one of the shortest independent railroads in America, at about 1.5 miles long. And it ran from a junction with the New York, New Haven, and Hartford in Providence to its end in Salesville. And they became part of the Providence and Worcester eventually, after becoming part of the New Haven. And then... Oh, no, actually, I'm not sure if they became part of the New Haven. They might have survived that. They became part of the Providence and Worcester eventually, and back, in 1915, they built this little dinky engine house, this two-stall engine house. And and the building is still there. Most of the line is still there. It's got one shipper way down the end, which is a rebar company, which is the only reason anything goes down there these days. And this engine house that they built is still standing. Just believe it or not. It's still there. But not only is it still standing, now the Genesee and Wyoming owns it. Or the Genesee and Wyoming, owns it.
Orange Plague.
And not only do they care about it, but they care about it so much that they already went and they put their name on it. There's an orange and black plaque on the building that says Genesee and Wyoming.
Jesus.
I didn't know any, I didn't know the railroad still owned that building, and I'm amazed at the fact that it mattered that much to them that they had to go put their name on it.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere, basically, as far as railroads go.
Well,
maybe they're going to
here's my
repurpose
question.
it.
Do they
I doubt
use
it.
it?
Did they use what?
Did they use the engine house for anything?
No, it
Or is
doesn't have
there?
tracks going into it anymore.
Well, then what the
It's
fuck?
just a building that sits next to the tracks on an empty lot.
Okay.
It's weird. But that was just something that I happened to notice looking at Google Maps. So we talked about two railroads that are getting a new lease on life thanks to CSX selling them off to Watco. Let's talk about two railroads that are very rapidly reaching the end of their life. Let me see if I can find the other one. It's in here somewhere, unless somebody grabbed it. The first one is the Saratoga and North Creek, which they got shut down by their parent company, which is what was it? It's the ones with the brown engines. So
Iowa Pacific.
Yeah, thank you, Iowa Pacific.
From what I understand, they're as a whole, they're kind of going.
Yeah, well, they just filed abandonment on that line, and so the trail people are back, and there's really nothing stopping them because nobody wants to use this railroad. So the Saratoga and North Creek is probably going to become a trail, but honestly, last time there was the threat of it turning into a trail, the people that were really in the ball game here didn't want it to become a trail. The most powerful people among them were the ones that wanted to get the rails torn up and then let it languish, let it turn into just wilderness, because it's in the middle of a park. So they didn't want to turn it into a park. They didn't want to turn it into that. They sort of, I assume, saw the railroad existing as kind of an affront to the park itself. And as nice as it may have been to run through there, it was built. It was
a beautiful railroad. I've ridden on it. It
was run as a spur to a titanium mine back during World War II, and so the goal, as from what I understood from just hearing things, was that they wanted to make that push for rail trail, but then sort of back off on it, and then let the place just sort of disappear. I'm not sure what's better. I'm not sure what's worse. I know that I'm highly doubtful that anybody is going to come in and turn this into a railroad or keep it being a railroad at any point in time. It had its ship has sailed. It had the opportunity to be a profitable tourist railroad. They failed at that venture. They had the opportunity to haul stone out, and nobody bit that. Nobody made that attempt. So it was. You can look at it. The county has leased a portion of the rail line to Saratoga to North Creek for use as a scenic railroad and potentially freight transportation, but the relationship has fallen apart. The Saratoga North Creek fell behind on lease payments and used the rail corridor to store cars. North Creek was unable to establish the rail corridor for freight use, and it was unlikely that new rail operators would reemerge. So, that's really it. It goes nowhere. It goes into the park. It's nice, but with nobody there to operate it, it's I'm hesitating in saying, it might be better as a trail, because obviously I want there to be a railroad there, but being able to use a trail
it's like if nobody wants it.
Yeah, being able to use a trail, I think, is better than having a railroad that's doing absolutely nothing, especially one that for this instance, it's not like, but there could be a lucrative market there in the future. It goes nowhere. It goes to an abandoned mine. I don't. It's unfortunate, but I was surprised when it wasn't turned into a trail back a couple of years ago when we were talking about it, and now it's just the Iowa Pacific was unable to keep the rail line useful. So now there's another railroad. This one I know a lot less about, but this just came into the group, and I wanted to, talk about it because I recognize the name, but this is the Ulster in Delaware, Kingston, New York. There's a proposal to borrow almost $2 million to fund improvements to a mile-long trail on the former Ulster and Delaware rail bed. Now, I don't know when's the last time the Ulster and Delaware run, but looking at the picture, the answer would be not recently. It's a name that I recognize, but I don't think they do anything. And
I can't even think of.
Yeah, they.
Jeez.
Freight service ended in the 1970s, so.
Oof.
Yeah, so it's been gone for a real long time, and they already. This is not something new. They already started paving on it a while ago, but now they're getting the money to actually go wholesale and wrap the place up. I want to see a map of it just to know what we're losing. Ulster and Delaware Railroad, because I remember something coming up about this not too long ago, but I can't recall really anything about it. Okay. So it was often advertised as the only all-rail route to the Catskill Mountains. It extended from Kingston Point in the Hudson River through the Catskill Mountains to its western terminus at Oneonta. Okay, so it was sort of a bridge line that didn't go around through Albany. It was a shortcut. But, I can see why it's not useful anymore. Again, that's another one. It's a shame to see it go. I'm sure it would be a beautiful line to run, but it's been languishing for almost 50 years now. And it doesn't, again, it's another one that doesn't really go anywhere new. But, I don't know, it's a cute little line. Maybe go see it, because again, I think it's beautiful. If you've got like a handcar or a speeder, go out there before all the rails are gone. Run. That's why I want a speeder. This is why I want a speeder.
Pokemon, go see it.
Shut up. Okay, I'm giving you a point for that. If you didn't get a point before, you're getting a point now.
Pokemon Go before the rails are torn up.
Alright.
That's 2.
No, I'm just getting 1 point for that. Anyway, what else is going on? Less depressing stuff.
So this might be interesting. What do France, Japan, and Texas have in common?
Bullet trains?
You guessed fucking wrong. It's high-speed rail lines, motherfucker.
I mean, he said bullet trains. I was gonna say something else, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's bullet trains. So, Texas chooses Japan too. Electric Boogaloo.
No, the two indicates a second article on the same thing.
But a Texas company has secured a $3 million loan for a proposed high-speed rail
$300 million loan.
$300 million loan.
Small loan of $300 million.
Trump approved. For a proposed high-speed rail project from Dallas to Houston. Texas Central Partners will use the funds from Japanese sources to move forward with permitting, design, and engineering. It really sounds like Australia is looking forward to China. Because that's what they usually do. They always look to China for help. Like, oh, we want a higher speed rail. Like, oh, let's choose China. And we have some Chinese locomotives, but those who are filled with asbestos.
Nice.
Let's see here. The company plans to use Japanese bullet train technology for the project, which could be the first high-speed rail service in the US. No, it isn't, you fucking moron. This is a loan to be paid back with interest, it says in the statement Thursday. It does not change the train's majority Texan ownership. The loan will give the company enough equity to move forward with construction once it's authorized, company officials said. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality and the Federal Railroad Administration are both studying the project. The administration is expected to finalize its environmental impact statement by January 31st. It will make them a decision on the project by the end of August 2019. So, to summarize it, Texas is going Asian. Texas is choosing Japan, and you guys over in Texas might have anime figures soon.
I want them to paint one of the trains like Hello Kitty, please.
Just send that one over.
Can we have one of those?
Weeb train.
No, I want like the old, like the Shinkansen.
I mean, they're gonna be the older looking Shinkansens, I think, based on what they are.
What?
Like the duck nose Shinkansens.
No, not those ones. Those ones are ugly.
I mean, I don't think too many of them look good.
Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of bullet trains, to be honest. The Acela is about it.
Of it, and it was basically just a Shinkansen painted in blue and yellow.
I want this one.
It's not Dr. Yellow, but it kind of resembles Dr. Yellow.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Oh, the Shinkansen typo.
Yeah, that's
that
the one that I like.
Yeah,
it actually looks normal.
I don't blame you for like that one. That was
kind of
no.
That one's a shit.
I like that one.
Shit. Type O was innovative.
This Shinkansen hit a bird or something.
But did the Japanese care? No, they just
they gotta get the train there on time.
It ripped the nose off.
That's a big bird.
They can't just stop for a bird, can they?
If you stop it for every bird, you'll never get there.
I could just imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I hit a bird the other day. I felt bad.
I ran one over.
Aw.
Like, it was a few weeks ago. It was just pop, and I'm just like, I called up my friend. I'm like, dude, I just ran over a bird. He's like, where? At the end of your street. Really? I'm like, yeah, you want to go see? No.
Oh, you want to go see? No. No. All right. Anyway, can we talk about not murder, please? We already did all the Brightline stuff.
We ended up driving past it.
A bunch of good news in the rare preservation world.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll start with. I'll start with Cuyahoga Valley's newest toys. They got four California Zephyr cars including the Silver Solarium dome car.
Mm-hmm.
They just got delivered to Cuyahoga by the 765 for Steam in the Valley this Thursday.
How
according to the
effing
website.
cool is that?
I know.
Oh, we're getting new equipment delivered behind the steam engine.
That makes 5 California Zephyr cars in Ohio. There's these 4, and then there's one of the domes. I forget which one. I think it's Silver Spirit, maybe. No. They're ours now. No.
Give them back.
No.
What the fuck is this thing? No, what the fuck did I just find? Look at this thing.
Thanos train, Thanos train, Thanos train, Thanos train. When you don't worry about aerodynamics.
What is aerodynamic?
I don't feel so good.
Anyway.
Let's see. Yeah, Cuyahoga Valley got some new toys. Let's see. Yeah, they got some new toys. Steam in the Valley is off to a great start.
Awesome.
That kicked off today. No, it kicked off Friday. My mistake. And then also from Fort Wayne, their plans for Headwaters Junction are moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I remember being excited about this, but I don't remember what it is. What is that?
It's basically, easiest way I can think about it, think of Age of Steam, but not as many engines and a lot more like public friendly.
Think of Age of Steam, but literally Age of Steam, but every engine is a nickel plate Burke.
Well, yeah, sort of the same thing. But, they're trying to make it more, the Fort Wayne group and everything is more accessible to the general public, because right now they just have some track and a barn, essentially.
Yeah. I was going to say, don't they work out of a barn?
Yeah.
They're just sort of there. Like, you see them and then they disappear back into their secret lair, and, that's it.
Yeah, it's just some spur off the NS track.
It's the Bat Cave.
No, it's the Burke Cave.
The Burke Cave, thank you.
Let's see. Well, speaking of Age of Steam, on July 16th, I don't know why this wasn't posted until now. Anyway, they appointed a new executive director. What's the dude's name? Noel B. I guess I'm trying to pronounce his name. Noel B. Poirier. Yeah, he's their new executive director. He has experience working for Colonial Williamsburg, 2 living historical farms in Pennsylvania, Historic Bethlehem Partnership in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and most recently as National Watch and Clock Museum director. So basically,
oh my god, that's the thing that Weibold wanted us to go to on the Pennsylvania trip.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's the one like right near it's like on the way towards Steam in History.
Basically from this and from what I got talking with Jay on the tour back in June, is they're trying to make the whole place a lot more public friendly and make the tours. Yeah,
I would hope so. You can't go. I feel like with the way they've talked about it, I feel like if I walk onto the grounds, they're gonna have snipers on me.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like that, but in their defense, it's it's a private collection on private property. Yeah,
but hasn't anyone ever told them that nobody robs trains anymore?
That's false. What is it? I'll tell you that. I'll talk about it after we're off the air.
No. Oh no.
It's nothing too major.
Somebody robbed the museum while Jada was there.
Well, not when I was there. This was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
I'll talk about it later. Let's see. I have 4 more. No. Let's see. I'll finish up all the Steam stuff. Okay. Because this is a trains article, I can't read the entire thing. Sea Line 280 headed to Michigan.
You want me to do it? You want me to do it?
Yeah, it's the Sea Line 280 thing.
Okay. Yeah, so Sea Line 280 headed to Michigan and a return to Steam. This is 2425 going from Minnesota to Michigan. It was
somewhere on the UP, if I'm right.
The Iron Horse Railroad Park.
Copycats.
To one word for Iron Horse. Iron Horse Railroad Park has sold former Sioux Line 280 number 2425 to Mineral Range Incorporated, operator of the Mineral Range Railroad in Ishpeming, Michigan. The locomotive
it's on the UP.
Has been stored in the museum since its acquisition in 2009. Despite being on outdoor display for more than 60 years, the consolidation is in good mechanical condition and is an excellent candidate for restoration. Let me tell you, it's real derpy. It's a real derpy looking engine.
I know, the headlight's weird because, yeah, Sioux Line.
I want to see it.
The headlight is
Hold on.
a questionable thing. The cylinders are canted outward. The running gear, I mean, I guess it's normal, but there's just so much going on in there.
I can't read it.
Hold on, TV.
The tender is got a giant bucket. It's weird, man. It's a little bit strange. I'm gonna show the viewers for a second. There you go. You can take a look. It's got these weird stairs.
Jada, that was a bad link.
It didn't work?
Anyway.
I got it.
It was retired in 1955, and now it's going there to get work done. So that's really cool.
What
Yay, Sioux Line. Is this
hell?
the only Sioux Line steamer that's gonna run?
Dude, it has like a southern style number boards on the front, and then it's got like a CN tender.
It's all sorts of weirdness. The Sioux,
It's a fucking mishmash
Sioux is weird.
of everything.
Sioux Line is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran with Caboose until like
Say that like it's a bad
late.
thing. I love Caboose.
You're a foamer.
Wait, Ellis, what was your question? Something
I
about
remember.
Sioux
You
Line
know who
steam?
else runs with Caboose?
Me.
Probably these guys, because they're small. Actually, they probably don't. But the Texas Pacifico, Grupo Mexico.
Oh god.
The loneliest railroad in the United States. So this is the South Orient Rail Line, which is a 400-mile line through God knows where, nowhere, West Texas. It connects to the BNSF near Coleman, Texas, and the Union Pacific at Alpine, Texas. And the largest city on the line has a population of 120,000. But it's looking at a huge upgrade in carload. So the state took ownership of the line in 2000, and it had about 2,000 carloads a year. Texas Pacifico Transportation, which is the state's tenant operator, so these are the guys that actually run the railroad for the state, reported 43,700 carloads.
Holy shit.
So they're getting some work done on the railroad.
Yeah.
92 to 95% of the railroad's traffic is frac sand. So
it's a sand railroad.
Yeah.
Like the Winchester and Western was for a while.
Rough cut jewel in Southern Orient's crown is the rough cut jewel in the South Orient's crown is its connection to Mexico. Arsonists in 2008 burned down a bridge across the Rio Grande between Presidio, Texas, and Ojinaga, Mexico. The 100 miles to Alpine have seen virtually no traffic since then, but Meters said Texas Pacifico is investing $9.2 million to rebuild the bridge. The railroad signed a construction contract last week, and the bridge should be opening for service in late summer of 2019. That would give Texas a fifth international railroad crossing and could ease congestion at crowded crossings like El Paso, Laredo, and El Paso and Laredo, for example, which are each. El Paso is 250 miles in one direction, and Laredo is 470 miles in the other direction. So if they can open this is, a bridge.
Those are such huge distances, and then
great, somebody else to add to the Class 1 mantle of responsibility.
Well, I don't think these guys are going to be Class 1s anytime soon, but the South Orient route is on a direct line between the Dallas-Fort Worth area and the industrial center at Chihuahua City, Mexico. So we're not sure, they're not sure how much traffic they're going to be able to generate, but they're basically putting into service this line, which I'm going to go and glance it out of the map just to see how useful it could be, because I'm unfamiliar with this. But that is really cool. South Orient was a segment of the Kansas City, Mexico and Orient Railroad launched in 1900. It was looking for a shorter route between Kansas City and a Pacific Ocean port. Stillwell also built the Kansas City Southern. Construction was halted by the Mexican Revolution, the Sierra Madre Mountains, though a route to the port of, Topolobampo on the Gulf of Mexico, the famous Copper Canyon line wasn't completed until 1961. Santa Fe took control and then sold it off in 1992. TxDOT took control in 2000. So I'm going to look at this map, and you guys can talk about whatever the heck you want, as long as it's railroad related.
So I guess Strasbourg got a new engine. I don't really know much about it, but Chris
Well, good thing we have the Strasbourg guy on the show.
I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know they were getting it.
God damn it.
It's nothing really special. It's just
the only thing I knew about it was because Chris was hyped up about it the other day.
It's a Santa Fe switcher. That's all I know.
From what I gathered, they expect their freight business to keep increasing, so they got another diesel to help with it.
Mm-hmm.
Got another steam engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they used to run it with steam. They used to use steam. I don't know why they just don't keep.
They just don't want to.
Because steam is expensive.
Screw them.
But they already have it running every day anyway. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Every day.
Well, maybe they want to use the steam engines for their passenger trains.
Get over it.
It runs before the passenger trains every day.
So I'm looking at this here.
They had a good system before. I don't know why they changed it.
Calling it a straight line between the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I guess, is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's way straighter of a line between that and Chihuahua City than any other route, that's for sure. You have the way across the border to El Paso, and then you have a gigantic empty space, and then you have Ojinaga, which is where there's the missing bridge, and then you have another giant empty space, and then you have Piedras Negras, which I'm not sure. Yeah, that's pretty far away. And then you have Laredo, which is not far from that. And then you have the other areas that are down by the coast. So yeah, it fills in a huge gap in border crossings for railroads. Anyway. Oh! I had something about a border crossing actually. Hold on. I saw it down here. I think I might have gotten... No, right here. KCS is doing something with their border crossing.
TJOJ.
TJOJ. I still don't have a better title. It's still going to be TJOJ. 27 members of Congress have asked Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao to revoke permission for KCS to use Mexican crews at the Laredo Gateway. In July, KCS shifted the crew change point for cross-border trains to its Laredo yard from the International Railway Bridge. Rather than stopping to change crews on the single-track bridge, Mexican crews now operate trains between yards in Mexico and Laredo Yard, which is about 9 miles from the Rio Grande. KCS says the new process mirrors practices long in use at the Canadian border while improving efficiency, security, and safety in Laredo. Well, yeah, I think changing crews on a one-track bridge is a little bit...
That's a little dangerous, I guess.
I think that's a little sketchy. The letter sent yesterday and signed by 23 Democrats and 4 Republican representatives raises 2 legal and regulatory issues. Mexican railroad workers are not subject to FRA administration regulations regarding pre-employment screening or random drug and alcohol testing. Mexican workers are conducting FRA-required brake tests in KCS de Mexico, Sanchez, and Nuevo Laredo yards, which clashes with the Rail Safety Improvement Act of 2008. I don't understand how, but I guess I'm just going to believe them. Freight railroads have long sought the ability to allow Mexican crews to operate trains in the United States. Well, gee, probably because they're a hell of a lot cheaper. We oppose any groundwork that the FRA might be laying toward that effort. We strongly urge you to deny the May 31 petition and rescind the process of allowing Mexican rail crews to operate within the United States. I mean, they're operating it to the yard. It's got to... Hold on, let me look at the distances here. So this is Laredo. I already have the map open. I'm looking at it. So, where's the wall? There it is. Well, it's actually the Rio Grande River, but you cross the river, and by the looks, the Laredo yard is there. Yeah, that looks like a yard to me. So that's, let's see. That's 1,000 feet, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. They're driving the train an extra mile.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't think this is a big deal.
No, it isn't.
I think it's fine that they're driving the train into the yard, and then that's it. I mean, I can see how you'd be worried about it, but maybe don't just go, yeah, no, just change crews on the bridge, because that just seems like, that screams bad idea. Just in general.
That's just creepy. Not creepy.
And also,
that's just weird.
Also, it's frickin', the other thing is, it's discriminatory, because they do the same thing at the Canadian border crossing, and nobody's saying anything about that. Canadian crews drive trains into the U.S. and then, go back. And, I don't know, make of that what you will. But, yeah, I feel like that's much ado about nothing. It just came up because we were talking about border crossings. Anyway, what else have we got?
Boy.
Well, Ellis.
What?
We've got some stuff over at G.
Oh?
Huh?
My boys over at GE announced new diesel, and it's called Thanos.
It's what? No, it's not.
Hold on.
No, it's not. There's no way it's called...
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. But they announced a new diesel locomotive design.
I want to see it.
Is there a picture of it? There's just a picture of a prime mover here.
Yeah, I can't read the article because it's slow.
New engine. It's literally okay. Here's the thing: they didn't unveil a new engine. They unveiled a new engine. They unveiled a new prime mover.
Prime mover.
The new engine operates at 1,800 RPM and offered in either 12 or 16 cylinder configurations. Maximum power output of 2,500 and 3,300. 7.4 pounds per horsepower. The engine will be 40% more powerful per pound compared to a medium-speed engine. The new engine design, which is currently undergoing proving trials, meets the emission standards, blah, 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 blah. Both the European unions and the international unions of railways market. So this is an international engine. Estimates
So
the
it
new
could
engine
be going over to Australia.
Could be. Yeah, you could have some of these new high-speed engines coming your way. Annual savings for customers up to $12,000 in diesel and $4,000 in servicing costs saved every year. Company said in a prepared statement, core architecture of the engine platform was jointly developed with GE's distributed power division, incorporating decades of high-speed engine, blah, 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 blah. Alright, anyway. First customer to use it will be Kazakhstan, the state railway in Central Asia, where it will be used to power 300 switcher locomotives, and it also will supply 5 of its PH-37 ACI power haul locomotives to the first private freight rail operator in Turkey. And I think that's it for now, but we'll probably hear about these engines going somewhere because foamers are going to freak out, I'm sure.
Wait, did you say the PH-37 ACMI?
I think so. Did I say that?
I'm pretty sure you did. You said something along the lines of PH-37.
Hold on. Let me go back into it. Let me look. Yeah, PH-37 ACI.
We have something along the lines of those, and that's called the PH-37 ACMI. MAI?
Dude, he got fucked up.
It's not much, but it basically looks like a 2800 with a big body slapped onto it.
Okay. I'm not a diesel guy, even in the least, so it's like, yes, that has wheels. But you know what else has wheels? The tails bonnet.
Yes.
The cheese bonnet.
The latest NS DC to AC conversion has a yellow bonnet, I guess.
It's
So-
like this blue Sonic bonnet.
Yep.
But
And the
it's
Black
yellow.
Shadow bonnet, and now we have the Tails
Like-
bonnet.
Tails
Cheese bonnet,
being
mustard bonnet.
Yeah.
the two-tailed fox from Sonic.
Yep. The yellow color represents Progress Rail's parent company, Caterpillar, and the unit will go to work on the NS system. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Tails.
sorry, we only see Tails here. No, Progress Rail, nah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Tails.
Caterpillar.
Tails is my homeboy.
Yeah. All right.
So,
What else?
we were talking about bridges earlier,
Double
and
bridge story.
there wouldn't happen to be beavers chewing away at the supports on those bridges, would there?
This is the funniest thing. No, it was arsonists. It was arsonists for the Mexican border, but maybe they were beavers.
Fucking
It
Mexican.
may have been beavers, because in northern Manitoba, I have no idea where that is,
Canada.
beavers
Province
may
in
have
Canada.
contributed to a fatal derailment. Like,
Oh, seriously? It was fatal?
yeah, have you seen the engines?
Oh.
Dude,
Oh,
pop up that
that's
picture.
the one?
Oh, goodness.
That SD-40 got folded in half.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice it in there. Jesus. And you're saying beavers chewed out the supports?
That's what the article is saying. It says beavers may have contributed.
Okay, but
Oh.
but how?
God.
Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean they chewed the bridge out, though.
No,
I think-
they probably, like, if it were beavers, they probably chewed the supports to the point that the train came over it and it just snapped the supports.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they may not have done that directly. They may have just flooded the area with a dam. Because they talk about high water,
There is
significant amount
a
of water.
lot of water there.
Yeah. There's
But,
been heavy
like-
precipitation for spring and summer as well as the beaver activity in the area, so the track washed out as a result of a significant amount of water. That might have happened just because of a beaver dam.
Oh my.
Also,
God.
I mean, look at it. I don't think the bridge probably washed out before the train was there, because if it broke underneath the train, there'd probably be something on the other side of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
looks like it went in. Like the bridge washed out and then the train just sort of dove.
And hence the reason that the SD-40 is in half.
Yeah,
Bend,
Oh my.
rip that
God.
SD-40. Good
bending
lord.
over back. It's done for. Good. Look at that though. None of the tankers exploded,
Well,
or
that's good. That's very
even
good.
really looks dented or anything.
No
So the
explosions, no fire.
I'm not
only-
seeing anything about any leaks either. I'm sure that SD-40 is leaking fluids, but
It's by God, it snapped him in half.
it's gone.
That engine has a
Can I make a
family.
flex tape joke?
It went from a
I saw
SD-40
this
to
engine in half.
just do some flex there. It went to it turned into an SD-20.
Okay, so we got some breaking news.
Hmm?
Too bad Milky isn't here for this
News?
because he's the trolley guy. Look what Chris posted in the guest list there.
Oh God, I'm dying.
Wilkes-Barre's last trolley. It's part of a house.
What the fuck?
It's part of a house. It's literally the wall of a building on the second floor.
What?
So they want to save this trolley. That's the second floor of a building.
Yeah, doing
Why?
the impossible, don't you think?
Tried to walk through his trolley car to collect the fares, physically unable to make his way through with no room left inside. There was no bothering to start for passengers, so Caproni ran the car straight through the other end of the line at Wilkes-Barre. When he arrived, souvenir hunting passengers had stripped the car clean of light bulbs, strap hangers, seat handles, and anything else they could pry loose. And so ended the last streetcar run. Oh my God.
So, Durango and Silverton has recovered from their series of washouts and.
I was about to say series of unfortunate events because it was not just washouts.
No, I was gonna say that they're washouts and catastrophes. They repaired the track, and full service returned to Silverton yesterday.
Yep,
So,
and Graham was on it. 'Cause
yeah,
he's a
no,
foamer.
Graham is there. I was reading in the guest list. He's like, or in the photo dump, 15 run-bys today.
Oh my God, Graham. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so it's good. It's good to hear about the DNS getting back on their feet. and the resumption of service because, boy, they have had a rough season. Like a really, rough season.
I really like prayers for them. Let's hope they finish this year out strong.
Yeah. Well, TJ, you want to talk about what you've got over there?
TJ's dead.
Guess not. Okay. Anyway, we'll touch on it later. I mean, I kind of wanted Weibel here to talk about that. So if anyone wants to quietly steal that from him and put it back at the Unclaimed News while he's not paying attention, you know what? I'll do it. Hold on.
I got it. Wait, which one was it? Durango?
Yeah, that's why I got it. There we go. We're gonna deal with that later, because Weibold is really the comprehensive knowledge man on that. So, what else?
Yeah,
so
I probably shouldn't have taken his news. Sorry, why?
I mean, it gets talked about. Oh, speaking of news from other people, let's get through this while it's on the brain. Let me scroll up and read the thing that Chris wanted us to read out loud. Other than the fact that Anne broke her, Chuff. What was it? Chuffy? Chugga broke her air pump. So there's that.
Nice job.
Yeah.
How many times are they gonna? Is it gonna break its air pump?
Chris says, a reminder of upcoming 425 Steam shenanigans on the RNN. This Saturday is the Mountaintop to Jim Thorpe round trip, and Sunday 425 be power for the regular LGSR trips. And then September 29th will be Schuylkill Haven Borough Days, with 425 running 3 Schuylkill Haven to Port Clinton round trips. CNJ 113 will be on hand under steam at Schuylkill Haven as well. Then October 13, 14, 20, and 21 will be the annual fall foliage trips from N Reading to Jim Thorpe and return. Next up, the CNJ 113 will feature on December 1st and 2 on Santa trains from Minersville to Schuylkill Haven and return, 3 trips per day. And then, drum roll please, finally, the 425 Saves Christmas, December 8, 9, 15, and 16. 3 round trips from N Reading to Port Clinton. How many years after the book came out? Come out and enjoy. And then later he wrote, hold on, where is it? I saw it. I read it.
425 is stuck somewhere.
Yeah, so there was a problem.
It's stuck at Mountaintop, Pennsylvania.
BLW 26's air pump crapped the bed today, out of service till mid-October. Also, no link yet. A U-Haul truck hit a railroad bridge in Whitehaven, PA. 425 is trapped on the north side of it in Mountaintop, PA. So maybe they won't be running those trips.
Yeah. How long till they get back?
Yeah. How long till they free that engine? We were
that
talking
could be
about
kind of like that could be bad.
Yeah, for them. Yeah. Just the series of unfortunate events has gone to them off the DNS because they've got all the deluge lately. But if you weren't enough convinced by pity to go and see the 3-foot gaugers in Colorado, check out this awesome Washington Post article about the Cumbres and Toltec. Who needs a railroad museum? You can ride these circa 1870 rails yourself. And there are hundreds of road museums and scenic train rides all over the United States. Many of them offer the opportunity to step back in time or relive yesteryear. But few can truly deliver on that promise quite like the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad, a 64-mile narrow-gauge route across the rugged San Juan Mountains of New Mexico and Colorado that has gone nearly unchanged since the last freight train rumbled over Cumbres Pass 50 years ago this summer. Unlike other museums that are a hodgepodge of old trains from different places, nearly all the locomotives and cars of the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic are original to the railroad they run on today. And it's a very, very long article, and I actually kind of want to read through the whole thing, just gushing about the cats. Honestly, Milky would love this article because cats. But if you didn't have a good enough reason, check that out. And that's all my real foamy stuff for this episode.
I have one last news article to read.
Oh, this is good stuff. Let's talk about this.
Now, CSX. Oh God, where do we even start? So the rail company was blamed for Hurricane Florence flooding in the town or in somewhere in North Carolina.
You might think that's ridiculous, but don't worry. There's backing
where to
behind it.
start? Stay on the tracks.
Yes. Get good.
So the underpass lets the railroad tracks owned by CSX run straight through the town's protective leaves, and locals knew water would rush through there once again. Hurricane Florence bore down on this region of North Carolina's Inner Banks because nothing had been done to stop it. Last week, with Hurricane Florence approaching, local officials hoped to at least cover the hole in their levee system with a temporary berm, or a raised barrier built out of sand and rock before the storm. The problem is, according to local officials, that CSX would not allow anyone on their property to build it, despite Florence's dire trajectory. Oh boy. A CSX spokeswoman, Laura Phelps, acknowledged that Lumberton officials had approached the company about building the temporary berm, but she said the line needed to remain open to move hazardous materials out of the flood zone.
Oh,
you do that first, then.
Yeah, no. This frustrates me so much.
As soon as you know there's danger coming.
This frustrates me so much. It's not even just the danger coming that CSX wouldn't let them on the property to build a berm. It's the fact that they built this railroad through the levee.
Wait a second.
What?
Seriously?
Yeah.
CSX said no, you're not gonna fill that up?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking assholes.
Yeah. Right? This is what frustrates me, especially as a civil engineer, where it's like they built this protective levee system, they put Interstate 95 up on a berm so that they could have, A, the grade separation of the highway, but B, the protectiveness of building this giant wall of dirt. And CSX is like, yeah, but how about we just make a big hole in it? And they're like, no, don't do that. Put up a gate or something. Put up a barrier that you can close. And they were like, nah. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to.
I'm
not
hella mad at CSX right now.
And then they flooded. And last time, which is what this is referencing, before Hurricane Florence happened, they had the last hurricane, which do you recall what that was called? It says it in the article somewhere.
I think it was Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah.
That, again, water came pouring through this entrance and flooded the town. And they did a study, and it was like, oh, if we have another hurricane like that, it's going to destroy, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of buildings and stuff like that. But if we put up a levee, it'll save over $200 million in 2,000 buildings and 80% reduction in damage, stuff like that. And CSX
I hope
was like,
CSX has to cover the cost.
Yeah, yeah. And CSX was like, yeah, but how about we don't build it?
Literally just get one of the hurricane barriers that's like on Atwell's Ave in Providence and just put one of those and put flangeways in it. Like, that's all you have to do.
It's not rocket science. I mean, on Atwell's Ave, they already have, well, they don't have the flangeways anymore, but like they could still just
or just raise it the tiniest little bit above.
Well, or just have it like the hurricane barrier where it comes down. Do
you have to have the tracks right there? Can't you just go around it or something?
Well, no. Don't. The routing of a railroad is a pain in the butt. They're not going to change it for that. Just having a bulkhead door that can close.
Just something that can go in front of the water that's supposed to not go in there.
It frustrates me so much.
Dude, that's fucked up.
And I know we're supposed to side with the railroad because we're foamers, but come on, CSX.
Dude, CSX sucks.
They do.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Like, fuck you, CSX. You're seriously just going to sit there and let these people's
It's like they were
shit
sitting
get
back
ruined?
It's like they were sitting back on a big chair, arms back to their head, and just
you fucking assholes.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Flipping the town off. They were literally flipping the town off. They were laughing and just sitting in their big money pit and everything.
You know what? All their fucking derailments right now during this flood is karma for that.
Well, no, I hope the lawsuit is karma for that. I want to see that.
No, they're gonna.
See how much they have to pay.
It'll come back and bite them in the ass.
Yeah, hope so.
As we prioritise those shipments for the safety of the community and make sure there is nothing in the path of the storm, we're also balancing requests of bringing equipment in, she said. We had a request from the National Guard to transport rescue vehicles into the local bases. We're balancing all of that.
Okay.
It was only on Friday.
I can get the reluctance to cover your track with dirt. I can get the reluctance to do that because after an emergency situation, you want to be able to get trains in there to bring food to the people that are still living in the area, and beforehand just to evacuate people in the first place, which frankly they should really use that as an evacuation tool more than they already do.
Do they?
But this is why you build some sort of gigantic door. It's not rocket science. I'm sorry, I'm frustrated.
Dude, I'm hella pissed right now.
I get you, my dude. I get you.
Anyway.
I mean, even though I'm Australian, I get you. Members of the National Guard and government workers from the area chipped in to help, moving more than 5,000 wet sandbags and rocks as they were buffeted by tropical storm winds and pelted by rain.
Yeah, eventually CSX was like, yeah, you can go build a thing now. During the storm.
As they're already getting
as
they're already getting fucked.
Yeah.
Though the berm ultimately failed, North Carolina's Secretary of Transportation James Trogdon told NBC News that it still helped lessen the devastation in areas that saw extensive damage after Hurricane Matthew in 2016. Local leaders claim the company has not participated in discussions over how to mitigate future flooding disasters, though the company says they haven't attended meetings because plans weren't clear enough. Fucking dumbasses. The hold-up is that we don't have anything that... okay. The hold-up is that we don't have permission from the railroad to get on that property and do anything, said Lumberton Mayor Bruce Davis. Only the governor has the authority to force CSX to participate in building a permanent floodgate, he noted.
Do it!
Further, he added CSX did not show up to meetings to discuss the building of a floodgate to protect that part of the city as recently a month ago, despite promises that it would. Oh my. Fucking hell, CSX. Oh yeah, and by the way, Brandon Love, Lumberton's city planner, said CSX had threatened to sue anyone who tried to place sandbags across the underpass.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Oh my god.
What? Frickin'
karma.
Karma's coming to you.
Oh my fucking god, look at these sods.
Anyway,
blue pieces of shit.
Anyway, so we're getting towards like a lightning round sort of situation. If we want to cover the last few bits of nose.
I just want to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's kind of upset right now.
Yeah, I'll try to lighten the mood. Okay.
Dude, I'm still on the article. I can still read if you like.
No, you can go. We're good.
We're good.
All right. That's all right. That's okay. I can understand your pain, dude.
Okay.
Let's talk about fun things.
All right. I'll start with news from the Youngstown Steel Heritage Foundation. As of, what is the date? I don't know the date on this. About 2 weeks ago, as of now. They announced the project Extra 3639 North, which is the plan to acquire and restore back to Erie Lackawanna colors an SDP-45 that is currently in Roanoke. Right now they're running a fundraiser. They need $20,000, and they already have $8,600 of it raised. You have until December 31st to throw them. What the fuck is going on?
Sounds like college, man.
Yeah,
sounds like my dorm exactly.
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with these rowdy people because my school was full of nerds.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
parties every Thursday.
To be fair, Jada, you're in engineering school too. What are they doing making that much noise? They should be studying.
Well, see, here's the thing. OU is a lot more than engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on West Green, which is primarily athletes.
Oh, boy. Okay, I can understand then.
No, and in just, like, my hallway, thank God that we did this on a week that it's an away game, because it's all football players.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's crazy.
I saw a meme the other day. It was, in college, in the hallway of the dorms, they build a slip and slide.
Oh, my God.
And it was a picture in a text message. It goes, "Mom, they built a slip and slide in the hallway. Welcome to college, honey."
I would love to see that. Anyway, we have until December 31st to raise the money for this. I feel that they will make it. They're already 43% of the way there.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see that thing in Erie Lackawanna. That's such a nice paint scheme.
I know, it's going to be beautiful. And then, sort of related to fundraisers,
The Erie
Ohio Railway
Lackawanna
Museum are... What?
the Erie Lackawanna paint scheme is like Ohio Central.
I read somewhere it was inspired by that. Anyway, the Ohio Railway Museum 703 fundraiser, we're still fundraising for that. And currently we have $4,171 raised out of our $25,000 goal. It's going a lot slower than we expected, so please, even if you have just a couple bucks, donate it.
Do you have a link to this directly?
Yeah, it's in my it's in my first stuff.
Okay, let me get that. This one.
And right now, until December 31st or December 1st, something like that, they're doing a match thing where I forget the name of the organization, but they're matching donations dollar for dollar up to $1,500.
Wow. We'll double your offer.
Hey, we had a $12,000 grant coming our way, and then the people that were giving it were like, "Nope, you don't meet some requirement, whatever. You don't get it."
You know what that town needs to patch up that hole in the levee?
What?
Flex tape.
Flex seal.
Anyway, what?
Let's see. Yeah, 703 fundraiser. We still need your help. And I forgot about Ghost Trolley.
Wait, because there's something more important than Ghost Trolley.
This will take like 30 seconds.
Okay. What's up with Ghost Trolley? What's Ghost Trolley? I'm spooked.
Okay, so Ghost Trolley is our sort of kid-friendly Halloween event. It's our biggest event of the year. And this year we are running it on the evenings of October 19th, 20th, 26th, and 27th from 4 to, I believe the last tour leaves at 8 or 9 o'clock. Come on out, ride a trolley, get some candy, get spooked. It's going to be fun. I hope I can get out there a couple times this year. Okay. That's all my stuff. I have a couple other things, but they can wait.
Hey, TJ.
TJ's still dead.
TJ. Talk about the most important person.
TJ's dead.
God damn it. We have a thing about the person, and I want to talk. It's a big thing. Alright, whatever. The Mass Bay Railroad Enthusiasts, this is something I just want to plug. The Mass Bay Railroad Enthusiasts are running a double header on Essex with 3025 and 40, which are both Mikados. This is Sunday, October 28th. So
I keep forgetting about them.
I am almost definitely going to grab TJ and drag him out so we can go see that friggin' doubleheader.
Go foam.
Wait, what's going on?
Doubleheader on the Valley Railroad.
What? When?
Sunday, October 28th.
Why? Why are they doing that?
Because the Mass Bay Railroad Enthusiasts said they wanted it and paid money.
That's incredible. Okay.
So anyway, can we talk about your giant news, please?
Lynn Modinger? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Modinger.
Uncle Lynn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Lynn Modinger is calling it quits. He decided that he's going to retire from being the president,
Mr.
right? That's what his title was? Yeah, president and chief mechanical officer at Strasbourg. It's pretty disappointing.
I mean,
No!
we don't know who's going to fill those shoes.
Actually, they do know who's going to fill those shoes.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't know if they're any good. How are they?
It's Craig Lefevre. He'll be taking over as president on December 22nd. He started in the car shop working for his dad, who is the master car builder. He's currently the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to take over the CMO spot? Oh, fuck, he's dead again.
Damn it. Well, whatever. I'm not dead. My roommate just wanted to. Okay, whatever. Well, maybe if we don't have Mr. Modinger anymore, Wyville can get his engine back.
Yeah, they're not finished with the engine, but he's still retiring.
He's like, taking it with him.
Wait. Yeah, on his last day, he just walks into the shop. I'm going to take this as my retirement gift. And he just puts it in his yard or something.
He just leaves with it. I mean, his yard is the Strasbourg Railroad, isn't it? Doesn't he live right there?
I think he might have used to. I think maybe a different family might now. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyway. There's something that I've been sitting on for a while. I just want to cover this before we wrap up. Penn Station fault update, disappearing information booth, and some platform work. So it's mostly going to be above track level stuff. There's a 3-month cessation of service on the Empire connection. Well, there was a 3-month thing, and mechanical work on the Spoyton-Deauville Bridge, which is back, I believe. And all Empire service trains are running to and from Penn Station now. Working on that bridge was a huge deal. They literally took the world's largest sea-bound crane, the world's largest barge crane, and picked up the whole bridge and took it somewhere where they could work on it. So that's kind of a big deal. But yeah, they're doing work. Asked if all 75 locomotives that will be ordered by the end of the year will be dual powered for Empire service. You said that they will be. Yeah, I don't know. They're doing work on Penn Station. I just like Penn Station work. Anyway, I'm going to be going there in the end of the month, so we'll see how the place is, if it's still completely horrifically gloomy, or if it's a little bit better. My company is working on the Moynihan train terminal that's across the way. So, I'll get to check that project out while I'm there. I'll try, Jader.
Thank you.
Just don't fail. Anyway.
Last words.
Okay. Speaking of last words, all right, we're out with the news. We're all set with the news. We hit that mark. We've got one last thing to do. Oh, 2-Track, you might have a little bit of an issue on this one. The last section of the podcast is the latest train on Amtrak. And so I want everyone to make a guess as to what they think the latest train on Amtrak is. Nobody look up Amtrak time. Nobody look up the transit docs map. You cannot look at that. You cannot look at real-time stuff of Amtrak. But if you need to reference like what the numbers of certain services are, you can go ahead and do it. So, what does everyone think is the latest train on Amtrak?
I think the westbound Empire Builder.
Westbound Empire Builder, okay. It's train number 7. Somebody else can go.
Okay. The eastbound Sunset Limited.
Okay.
I think it is the
Wait, can I change my answer?
westbound. God, what trains are always hella late? Westbound Texas Eagle.
I have an answer that'll be right. Can I please change my answer?
Cheating.
No, I just know.
No, answers are final.
Yeah, no. Tell 2-Track to guess it.
Okay, 2-Track. Guess whatever train comes out of Carolina.
What the hell?
He's in Australia. He doesn't know what that
He's not gonna
shit
know
is.
that.
How am I supposed to know, you fuckwit?
Oh my god. Okay. Whatever train comes out of Carolina. That would be the Crescent.
Yeah, I guess
I'm
Crescent.
just going to say the Empire State Builder.
No.
Empire State and Empire Builder are two different trains.
Crescent. Guess the Crescent.
Fucking Empire Builder.
Okay.
Oh, I already guessed that one.
Well, you guess one. I'll give you each of them. So, TJ, you guessed the westbound.
I'll change it to the Crescent.
Nope. That's train number 7.
These answers are not
It's currently
changeable.
28 minutes late. The latest one is 28 minutes late. The other one is 5 minutes late.
They're fine.
Westbound, or the eastbound Empire Builder, the one to Chicago, train number 8, is 49 minutes late. So,
Ooh.
not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. What were the other ones?
Mine was the westbound Texas Eagle.
Westbound Texas Eagle. Okay. What was yours, Jader?
Eastbound Sunset.
Eastbound Sunset. The eastbound Sunset Limited, the Sunset Limited to New Orleans is on time at Alpine, Texas.
What? Fake news.
It's okay. It's okay. The westbound Sunset Limited is 5 hours and 16 minutes late, and it just left New Orleans.
Ooh.
Yeah, it left New Orleans 5 hours late.
I swear to God, if it's the Crescent, I'm gonna rage.
Okay, you know what? I'll just tell you. The Crescent to New York is 21 minutes late. The Crescent to New Orleans is 7 minutes late. It's not the Crescent.
Wait, no. What train runs? Is that the train that runs through North Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I was hoping I'd
Well,
get the
that
Florence,
and
the
that
Florence
and then
boat.
the silver
However,
services. Is it one of
TBA.
the silver services?
The Texas. Which one did you guess? The eastbound or the westbound? TBA. TBA. He's dead. I need to know. Does anyone remember what he said? Did I lose the call? Hello? Hello? That was a climactic. Anticlimactic ending. Recall. Everyone leave. TBA posts the F button. Everyone leave. Or do that. Nope. Nope.
Better leave.
No, it's okay. I can hear now. Can you guys hear me? Jader? Wait a minute. Jader's still on the call. Okay. Okay, fixed. Okay, we're back.
Hello?
TBA.
Hello?
TBA, did you say eastbound or westbound?
I said eastbound. The one going
Eastbound.
toward... No, wait. Westbound. The one going towards Texas is what I said.
All answers are final.
No, I said westbound.
You did say westbound.
Okay, well, funny you say that, because the Texas Eagle to Chicago, the eastbound, is 4 hours and 51 minutes late.
Is it
Okay.
the latest train?
But the Texas Eagle westbound to San Antonio is 9 hours and 22 minutes late. TBA
Holy
gets it.
Big oof.
Oh my
Big
god.
That is a
Damn.
major oof.
It left. Hold on. I think it left Chicago late. No, it left Chicago on time. It picked up all of that time.
Okay, so we can check the thing now.
It somehow left. It left Mineola, Texas, 4 hours and 18 minutes late, which is bad. But it got to Dallas, or it left Dallas 9 hours and 22 minutes late. It picked up 5 hours of delay between those two stations. So my only assumption, as is what happens, is that their engine broke or something. That's my assumption. That had to be what happened. Anyway.
Can we point out how not late Via is right now?
Yeah, Via's not doing bad. And also, not only that, the Empire Builder is doing well, the California Zephyr is doing well, and the Sunset Limited is mostly doing well as well. The City of New Orleans is on time, the Crescent is on time, even the Silver services are on time. And the Lakeshore Limited, and the Capital Limited, everything else.
Lakeshore Limited better keep being on time.
Yeah, I know. We didn't get to talk about that. I wanted to bring that up. But anyway, we'll have time in the future. But yeah, so one instance of the Sunset Limited, and then the Texas Eagle is just a disaster.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, it's time to go to the terminations of this episode. Our very last words. TJ.
Excuse me, I would like to be referred to now as TJOJ. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
TJOJ the tech engine.
TJOJ also had 1 point
Two-track
there.
your next.
I cannot get over the fact that the C-30... What was it? The C-38? Yeah, the C-38. Yeah. The New South Wales government rally C-38 won against some stupid New Haven I-5. So to that, I say, suck shit, Ellis.
Okay.
TBA.
I've been listening to a whole ton of dubstep recently, and it's all from F777, and I gotta say, he's probably one of the greatest DJs ever. And so there's a link to all of his albums that I have several hours left to listen to.
Right.
I'm gonna need a neck brace.
Oh my god. And so for myself, I would like to say all aboard the Horseman Wagon, which I haven't put the money down on yet, but I'll be getting that car soon, and I'll be visiting people far and wide. Jader?
Amtrak.com, Rhode Island, here I come.
Awesome. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Terminus Podcast, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.